Hello world! Here we go live. My name is Alexandra and welcome to Blitz Ultimate Cup Asia region. And let's get it started. So today with me, Tony.
Hey guys.
Welcome.
Nice
Welcome
to
on
see
board.
you. And I'm not the only guest here.
Yeah.
We also have Bushka.
I too am
Hi,
here,
world.
eating the snacks and loving life. Thanks for having me back, team.
Thanks for coming back for our Asia stream. So we're very excited to show you the two beautiful matches on Asia region. And today we are going to know the champion of our Asia region. So we are very excited and get ready to enjoy the beautiful battles. So we are going to give away some rewards today. So to get them, you need to watch the live stream on our official portal. How to find the link? If you're on YouTube, for example, now, just jump into the game, find Blitz Ultimate Cup event in your garage, click on this event, and there will be buttons, orange big buttons with links to our official portal. So proceed to this link and log in on our official portal so you can receive 8 keys that will be useful to open Lockboxes where there are free tier 8 premium vehicles. I think that you'll be happy to get all of them, and it's quite possible. So watch the stream, get rewards, and enjoy.
So what are we doing today? Today we're streaming, I guess, we already have streamed North America Grand Final, and today we're talking about Asia.
Yeah.
So before we start, maybe let's get it running and see what we're up to.
Yeah, let's get started.
What a match! What a battle!
Just look what they're doing. Somebody had a nice tick up their
And that
sleeve.
shot makes them champions in 2021. What a fight!
It's time to find out who will become the winner this year. Who will compete for the prize fund of $50,000? And who will become World of Tanks Blitz champion? Let the show begin! Blitz Ultimate Cup 2022. Watch battles between the best teams with us.
Yeah, so what about the prize pool for today's tournament?
I think it's the same. We got overall 50 grand, and half of that goes to first place. And we already actually know the first team, which is already sitting in grand finals, and they already got their way all the way through to the grand finals. And it's Road Nova,
Yep.
which is already waiting for its opponent. And actually, the first part of our stream, we're going to figure out the actual opponent for Road Nova. It can be either Team Vengeance or Team Revenant.
Yeah. So I think that it's high time to congratulate Team ID with the fourth place. Yeah, unfortunately they left the tournament, but they did really great job, and yeah, congrats, fourth place, good.
I was a little bit disappointed because they're the first team that I ever cast from the Asia server who made it out of Asia to the World Cup.
A little bit personal disappointment, yeah.
Yeah, a bit of nostalgia.
Yeah, but I hope that we'll see this team in future, in our future tournaments. So guys, don't give up. You did really great job, and yeah, you
Come
can
on,
do better.
fourth place is not bad at all, because
Yeah.
it's like top 4 of the whole realm, right? So
True. So the first place is free in our future tournaments.
Yeah, there's still
You can take it. Yeah. So yeah, as we have already mentioned, today we'll see 3 teams in our Blitz Ultimate Cup Asia Champion, and the first match is going to be between
Vengeance and Revenant.
Revenant.
So maybe it's high time to meet the teams.
Yeah, let's meet the first team, and it's Team Revenant.
awesome.
Beautiful.
So I get
video.
to yell and scream and make stuff up. Poltergrub, wonderful human being, loves a bit of time at the beach. The big milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. 57 pixels. Wonderful 268 work there. Legolra, not to be confused with the gorilla. This is nitroglycerin, goes off with a bang like the dynamite. I love turnies, and he is here to turny it up, baby. Ex-AFK doing the business on the big mouse in the house. Wonderful team, ready to rumble like a boy band right across, finger guns, boom, boom, boom. Happy to be here, Revenant. Wonderful stuff. Hope you go home with the 25K, guys. Good luck to everybody involved. What a team. What an absolutely gorgeous bunch of humans. The best the Asia server can offer. Are we going to have a look at the the humans from Vengeance as well? No, we
At least some of them.
Yeah.
Discord. There's a lot of people in that Discord channel.
Do we have 2 teams here? Huh?
What's going on? Mum and Dad are watching and playing with them.
They have also Granny on Discord, Granddad,
Yeah,
Dog.
everyone's turned up for a go.
The whole family supporting them. So this is Team Revenant, and yeah, best of luck to this team. I think that they're just saving connection for a good ping in the game, so not
Can't blame
turning
them,
on
just in case,
cameras.
though.
Yeah, so let's meet and greet the next team.
Team Vengeance.
Yeah.
RISQ, here they are, getting wide on desert sands. There's Juicy, like the fruit, loves a bit of chewing gum. 745, Sticky, he's Juicy's obvious partner. Woo, 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 loves getting excited, yelling it out at the cricket. F Silver on the IS7. It's a circle of love here with B Frost bringing up the 5th spot onto Schmirt Potato with the LT100 and Sugar and Mugu. What a wonderful bit of love and justice in the desert sands. Just belting a poor old mouse. I don't know what he did to them, but they're ruthless and they're ready for love. And we're here for tanking tournaments. God, I'm excited, team.
And just take a look at
Yeah.
this avatar. Oh,
Look at the
Yeah.
avatar. Yeah.
People are obsessed with it.
Yeah, very good. The Cheese Man, he didn't make the final squad, but he's there. He's ready to support in spirit. Look at that. What a wonderful looking bunch of humans up the top there. Turned the cameras on, every one of them. Ready for tanking glory.
Respect. And let's...
Shall we give a little kudos to a tutorial team who actually
Sure.
made those
Yeah, they're
intro
awesome.
videos? Those intro videos are just
They are awesome. They are absolutely fantastic.
Epic. So, who is going to be our third team today? Who is already in the upper brackets, waiting for the
Shall
final
we see
match?
the intro for Team Road Nova?
Yeah.
Rote Nova RN, the top dogs, the #1 seed. There's Wadu. What's up? Your what's up, buddy? Look at the tanks exploding behind them. Puppy, poo, puppy. We're going to call you Puppy. Lancelot. Wonderful stuff, Lancelot. The tank's just blowing up. I am Bread Tank. Blown me up on the Asia server a couple of times. I might get my revenge one day. The world is yours, my friend, as he comes through the carnival of chaos. Look at this. Tayama Tejura, 21.99. The mouse is in the house. How many tanks can you fit on a map? This is brilliant. And Ploy Kickshaw as the camera pans down to show him in all his glory. What a wonderful setup they've got. 7 humans vying for the ultimate prize on the Asia server, 25k. Who's going to take it out? They're the #1 seed. You'd have to think they're the red hot favourites.
What a turret blowing video we had.
Literally.
No, literally, yeah. So good luck to the teams. So today we are going to see 2 matches. It's going to be best of 7 and best of 9 after. And also we are happy to invite to our studio our honorable, respectable analytics.
Let's
to
meet
Yeah.
Wild One's helper and Nino.
Yeah.
Hey guys, can you hear us? Can you see us?
G'day, amigos.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi, everyone.
Oh,
Great
Hi.
to be here.
Thank you guys for joining our live stream and for covering the first day of Blitz Ultimate Cup Asia Champions. So how are you? How it was yesterday? What should we expect today?
Oh, it was really exciting yesterday. There were a couple of really great matches, and Rota Nova grew into the tournament as they had a slow start against Team Mine. But it was really fun to watch. I'm happy to see how people will play against Risk because this is the second one another in the Blitz Ultimate Cup, and I watched that the other stream beforehand, and they were quite brawly back then. But we will see.
love it.
I've not seen the first games of RN, but the games that I've seen were even more exciting, and they were showing some super strong performance yesterday. So I'm really hopeful to see some really great games by them, but also the others look really promising, but I think they will have a tough time to beat RN.
Yeah, so any predictions?
Oh, well, originally I put ID as my first place, but apparently they went up in the 4th place. But according to my predictions, my original predictions, I had Risk pipped at 2nd place, and then P1, and then RN. So it could be a total reverse this time. So I stand
around.
by that.
You're winning.
Yeah, and I know. What about you?
I could not really decide between P1 and Risk. I think they were meeting on the first game already, and it was rather close. There were really a lot of brawl scenarios with really close fights. Might go anywhere, and it will be interesting to see then how they are going to work out against RN in the end. If they are having a chance, they will have to do better than yesterday, I feel like.
Yeah, okay, so what should be our Bushka prepared for? Are we going to have like very dynamic gameplay or more about tactics and strategies?
I think it will be a mix of both.
Definitely.
Yeah, you can talk at the same time.
I hear from both ears. I'm ready.
I was saying that.
Risk
but,
definitely seemed rather strategic.
Who's the most aggressive, guys? So which team is going to be the most aggressive? Wild ones, tell me. Who's your pick for most aggressive on tour?
Oh, I could say like I would say P1 because the games I streamed for Risk back in the professionals tournament, they have been like the more patient team. They kind of wait a little bit, but then we saw against P1 yesterday where they sometimes just could go really aggressive. So both of them can be very unpredictable. As I know, both of them can do some really great strategies. We could see that in this match. But I could also see like straight up brawls happening right at the start.
What level of aggressiveness are we talking about? So we seem like we have a reference, like a pandemonium from NA streams. So is it like
I only have a
same level, lower, build?
N90, what do you reckon?
I don't know. I think when they feel like it, I would say.
Guess we'll see. Anyway.
We could see some really aggressive stuff from Risk yesterday already. RN then was just having a bit more patient playstyle, it felt like, and being really good on the relocations and rotations, just pulling around the enemies and just shooting them from every possible angle.
Yeah, what about the vehicles for today's matches? Are we going to see heavy, a lot of heavies, or maybe some surprises?
I think it will depend on the map a lot, but then Type 71
I'll give you a hint. The first map we're going to have is Naval Frontier. What about it?
Okay.
Lots of heavies,
I
definitely.
think there will be a couple of a lot of heavies. But also take notice of the teams using a mouse. This APAC server loves the mouse, so we could see it being played in different battles, and that could act as like the absorber or the pivot for a push. So take notice of that.
Yeah, what we know for sure is that our players are going to play tier 10 vehicles.
Yeah, we're 100% on that. We think.
We hope. Yeah, it's a must to play tier 10 and to play on mobile device. So yeah, that's all about tournament. Yeah, so thank you guys. I hope you will enjoy the first match, the battles, and I hope that we're going to have a beautiful score. And we want to watch as many battles as possible in the first match. So we'll see you after it to analyze, to see the highlights, and to be prepared for the final match.
Grand final.
Final.
You're the big
Thank
money.
you guys. See you very soon, I guess.
See ya.
Au revoir, amigos.
Yeah. So, as we have already said, the first match is going to be between P1 and Risk team. And the first map, we have already teased it a little bit, it's Naval Frontier. So the teams proceeded through the pick and ban maps procedure before, and our tourney manager, Tolian, she said that it was really funny how it was. So let's check the maps we're going to have during our first match. And yeah, the red maps are those
Being disbanded from the list, right? And green are the picks. So, Bushka, what do you think?
We didn't get to Naval Frontier yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, in the NA finals between the top three teams. They never managed to advance to Naval Frontier. It was picked, but it looks like it's going to be one of the first up, which should be very interesting to see how that progresses. It's a pretty interesting dichotomy. You've got the high, you've got the low. And I've noticed that on the maps where it's very defined, these teams tend to just brawl rather than go for the supremacy wins. On the bigger maps where it's, you know, a little bit more cover everything, they go for the cap work. So I'll be really interested to see Naval Frontier. And then Black Goldville, that's a real blast in the past. That used to be just the best map. I loved that, was my favorite map. I want to see how they run that one.
I guess I picked it just for you to enjoy.
Yeah, they did. Well, they
battle.
talked to me earlier and they said, Bushka, here's one for you, buddy. We really want to give you what you want.
Mayan Ruins, I think we haven't seen it yesterday.
Yeah, Mayan Ruins we didn't get either in the NA top 3.
So it's kind of fresh change
Yeah.
Yeah.
to see.
Interesting. I know the gameplay and the game style changes from server to server. And it's okay that, for example, on NA we see something different from Asia. So I'm really excited about what's going to happen on the battlefield today, and I want to see some dynamic gameplay.
True. Agreed.
Yep.
Totally. I want some action, brawling, and
And
Naval
here we go.
Frontier.
Naval Frontier. Well, look, APAC's renowned for being a little bit of a maverick, a little bit of a wild card. It's always got this kind of meta that ignores the rest of the world and just does its own thing. And I love that about it, the individuality. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they go about Naval Frontier. For me, this is the most interesting map that I've seen so far because it's a hard map to really focus down and own. Your strats can go wrong very, very quickly on this. Even though it's not a big map, it's quite isolated. We see here we're starting off, and yeah, exactly as expected, the Type 71 exists. It's
What
a
a
dominant
surprise.
force. Yeah, there's going to be plenty of Type 71s. It is interesting to me that this is how it goes. The meta goes heavy all the time. It goes in cycles and circles. And we originally, way back when we cast this first in New York, the IS-7 was the thing. We see F Silver rolling into the middle of the map. This is the traditional spotting position. Usually you get TDs coming up here, lumbering along, looking for cross shots as the heavies go low. But there's only the 160 TP Lewandowski going low for risk here. Very, very interesting. P1 holding right across the back. They are, in fact, not looking like they're going to be capping anything, and it's very difficult to cap map on this. It's not an easy cap circle, any of them. The B cap can be spotted high. The A cap can be spotted from the TD positions. We see the IS-4. This is easily the most accessible cap, but easier to get a reset too. Just a bit of HE into the wheel, and that's going to reset. Bfrost is rolling across. He's given up 240 hit points there. They're starting to exchange blows now. A couple of jabs in the early going. Bfrost, he's not able to stop that cap. Now, that is vital. We may see a brawl, but it's probably going to be initiated because, no, they're capping it back straight away. They've already reset it and are recapping it. This is going to be an interesting one. They're looking like they're massing on the top. Woo-woo in the Kranwagen. He's looking to trade shots across. I think it's Chromatrox. And he takes one. 447 on the reload. They're trading. Poltergrub in licorice, all sorts now. As he's hugging that rock. There are many rocks, but that's my rock. There are others like it, but that's my rock. He's desperately holding on. The Cheese Man wants to tap one into him. Bfrost on the reload. How has he stayed up for that long? Poltergrub, they're a gun down. Their hit points down by 4k now, Revenant. And a gun. Milkshakes brought all the boys to the yard. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but he's on 744. Chromatrox, they're looking to get rid of Shug and Mugu. 932. Here comes the push. Cheese Man now. They've isolated. They're looking to get rid of the hit point pool, but they can't overextend here. They're already hit point deficient, and they're bleeding at the seams now. Nitroglycerin, they're all stuck in the middle of the map, and the Sharks are circling now. F Silver in the LT100. I've said it wrong again, but he's coming in and he's going to dump the DPM anyway. 2 guns down to 7 now. This is a desperate time. Revenant must clear something if they're going to make anything of this map. Milkshake has no hit points. 14 doesn't count, does it? Sugu and Mugu's coming down for the ram on the T100 LT. And that's it. 3 versus 7. They have not knocked a gun out here. I'll tell you what, Risk are looking every inch the champions in this first round matchup. Jab, jab, anything you want to do. They've been able to respond brilliantly. The cap started, they recapped, they pushed back, and they've managed to encircle and decisively have taken out the first battle. What a performance there, and they They really should be very happy with that one. The boys absolutely ripping it, probably because there's an Australian in the team. Well, you know, Australians, we are good-looking and excellent tankers. Well done there to the team. Great first bout, boys and girls.
It's actually cool. So I love how they managed to keep all the low HP tanks alive for the almost throughout
really
all
did.
battle. That's a skill.
Yeah, hit point sharing is a real asset. If you can get through it well, great work by the team there. Really impressive work.
Yeah, so that was actually Risk's map. They picked it and they managed it. Great job.
Well, we saw it on the day. They kept picking the map and then losing serve. It was pretty regular.
That happens.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Yeah, but Lewandowski.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Have you seen them on NA streams?
They had a few, but not
a
as
couple
many.
times.
We saw a lot of Type 71.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot.
Maybe they didn't have enough time to grind through types.
Okay.
Probably not. These are like professional
Not
players.
enough free XP.
Yeah.
I think this map too, because you've got the elevation and it's kind of steps down. Having that frontal armor is great, but you saw the Kranwagens up the top. That gun depression big turret, they ruined everyone underneath them. It didn't matter. So the Lewandowski, I can see why that went. You know, I mean, it's easy to see it now, not so easy at the time.
Yeah, but when you pick Lewandowski, you're risking with your Amorek.
Yeah.
It's a quick sport.
Have we seen any Amrex recently?
No.
No, there's been
Maybe
a few
today.
famous ones.
Maybe
But
today. When you say Lewandowski, I hear Amorek. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Well.
So, okay, great start.
Let's skip to second match, I guess.
Yeah, let's proceed. So
and this is a pick of P1, and
map
it's Desert Sands.
Desert Sands.
Well, this is a pretty popular one, this Desert Sands. There's lots and lots of these teams love Desert Sands.
True, we've seen it.
We saw
quite
Sheridan.
sometimes.
The Sheridan was the hero, 4K from, I think it was Pew Pew, was it, or Panzer in the Sheridan.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, on Desert Sands. And I wonder if someone's going to emulate that strat here and put the big Sheridan Alpha out in the desert.
I guess we have only one option to find out.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Check it
Let's
out.
start whenever we're ready.
Maybe we'll see some Sheridan with missiles.
Oh, don't start.
No,
don't start. You got rid of me with Sheridans once. Don't do that again.
Sorry.
Okay, let's check the
Just
map
kidding.
info.
Desert Sands, a real time-honoured tradition, this one. This is one of the original maps that shipped with Blitz when it came out. It was one of my favourite maps, and it's gone through multiple remodelings. The current version of Desert Sands has been sitting for quite some time on the servers, and it features a very defined heavy route, medium route. We saw in the NA finals that ramp there was used by the Sheridan to absolutely bomb the heavy tanks at the end, holding the angles, and they were forced across the railroad tracks. We can see here that there are no light tanks on the right, but there is certainly a Sheridan F Silver driving the Sheridan. So yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting. Smoked Potato again. A lot of Kranwagens and Lewandowskis, 271s, and then we have 2 60 TPs, 3 71s, 4 71s, 5 71s. Nitroglycerin and the team looking very, very excited here. The Sheridan on the easy cap there at A for F Silver. There's absolutely no contest from these guys. Risk getting away with a free cap at A, but C is already capped by P1. So they're down. I wonder if Risk is going to make a move here. They're going to have to do something. B cap is not an option really here for anyone. And because P1 are not pushing through, they're not pushing through into the back of that C cap area, the Sheridan's not really going to get the shots that we saw in the first NA finals. And I'm not surprised by that. These guys would have watched that. They would have been awake to that strats. They're always very, very willing to learn and try new things. Some of the most adventurous people on the earth, tournament tankers. Just nice and slow here. This is a surprise, really, for me. The Asia server, the paint doesn't usually have time to dry before someone does something silly, but this is just a real standoff. Wait for the enemy. See if someone can make a mistake, make an error, get a tank, get a clear, pull something back. Nitroglycerin at the back here. If you let the 60 TP sit, it's got such a good turret and so much alpha. it can be very, very difficult to shift it. They can really wear you down over the time. It's like death by 1,000 cuts when the cuts are 700 damage. Chromatrox taking a couple of hits there right down the railroad tracks. Should know better than that. The Kranvagen of Woo Woo starting to get shots across the back of the B cap now. Milkshake spotted. The Sheridan is spotted, but that's only because he's actively spotting here. He's not using the range and the camo. Unable to really get wide on... Well, Cheeseman's now going to try and shift nitroglycerin. Chromatrox would like to help him, but they've got shots right down that rail line. And I think that Risk have seen an opportunity here. They're going to try and isolate the 60 TP and clear him. The Sheridan just sneaking across the top. They've countered tanks. They know where everyone is. What is the response going to be from P1? Because that Type 71, oh, well, there you go. There's a response. Have 500 Alpha right between your eyeballs. It never ceases to amaze just how good these players are. Picking shots on a 71 and a 60 TP in those kind of little snap conditions. They can't afford to show anything. You can see that Chromatrox, Milkshake takes a hit down to 2k hit points. This is just pure trading over here. The Type 71 of Cheeseman, they're happy enough to do it. The Sheridan is looking to maybe lob a HE shell on top. The reload's up. He's gone again. Nitroglycerin bleeding at the seams. This has been a slow burn, this one, but the passion is real. We could be seeing something happen here because Risk have absolutely got the whip handle in the hand here. And here we go. P1, they probably should have made this decision a little bit earlier, but they've made it now, and they're looking to make the middle of the map their own. I wonder if they'll sneak someone across to the B cap, but this is a 3v4. There is no real ascendancy here in terms of guns or hit points. Chromatrox has been bleeding, crossing at the back. He's trying to help out Nitroglycerin in the 60 TP. Here comes Poltergrub in the 71 coming down to Woo Woo. He's stopping that shot across, but Woo Woo's already dumped one in. 14,000 hit points versus 12,000. Well, it's 14,000 now. It was 15,000 at time of saying. Sugar and Mugu's taking a big hit. 949. Here comes the battle within the battle at the back on the other side of the tracks. Now, Nitro held 3 tanks there for a very, very long time. Kudos to him. Can P1 take advantage of that moment? Sugar and Mugu is the obvious candidate. He's nearly done. Chromatrox, they've got to get a gun. They have to get a gun down now. This will be 2-0 down in the best of 7. If they don't sink a ship real soon, there's one. 2v1 on the gun loss. Sugar and Mugu could be going down. Are they going to make them pay? Milkshake. Hold up, Milkshake. He's in the middle of the map, and he is getting surrounded. Here comes Woo in the Kranvagen. He's got a full clip, ready to go. Schmert Potato doing the business. There we go. Sugar and Mugu's gone. Even on guns now. They've got parity on guns, if not on hit points. Very, very close, though. They've done a good job here. P1 to bring this back. Woo comes in, gets the clear, and this may just unfortunately be the beginning of the end for P1. They have to get a tank here, but there is no clear. No clear, and now it is a 3v4 gun situation. All the hit points in AFK, and it's 1,000 for Risk Vengeance, and they go through on the supremacy points. Well, that was a tight battle. I really think that was a lot more strategic than the first one, guys.
True.
Wow.
And those faces like, acceptable.
Yeah.
One acceptable.
Acceptable.
Yeah, very calm, very
well,
confident.
They want to go to the end. I mean, you can't get too hyped
sounds
too
like
early.
a meme material.
Okay. Yeah, we still don't have enough memes of me. Never enough.
More memes. They look, they did a great job. I thought isolating and finding that weak spot, taking the time, getting all the spots, counting the tanks, and then just going, you know what? There's only one guy out here. We can grind this down. That's where unfortunately the rubber met the road, and they got it done. Really well done.
Well, it's time to P1 to do something about it.
Yep.
Yeah. So best of luck to P1, guys. Come on.
Come on, you can do it. One,
yeah.
And we need more matches. 2.
True. Yeah, negotiations. Yeah, let's start it. So next map is Port Bay.
Port Bay. What a wonderful little bit of kit this is. Very flat, a couple of clear, on that side of the map anyway, a couple of clear heavy routes, but the key here has always been in public games, the North 40, getting out to the corner, owning the corner, doing what you can. The problem with that is there is only one cap on that side of the map. There are 2 caps on the heavy side of the map. So in tournaments, if you can dominate that heavy side of the map, pick up a couple of caps and not bleed too much from the flankers, you can really apply a massive bucket load of pressure, and that'll bring you home the bacon. I was impressed with the fight back in that last game. They were really down, and they had no guns, and they brought 2 back. Lost on supremacy points, so I think this could be a closer battle. We could see a tip up here.
Best
One way to figure out.
Yeah, this is how we're going to find out. The 60 TPs are back again, which was an all-heavy... Oh, an Object 907. Well, that is quite the surprise. The T100 LT of F Silver. He is obviously the light driver de jour for the Risk Amigos. He's going out to the far flank. Schmert Potato driving the T110 E5, the first heavy tank I ever ground in World of Tanks Blitz. Got a special place in my heart. The first VK7201 we've seen of these championships. I love the Asia server. Don't go changing anytime soon. The Object 907, obviously there for a reason. Good turret, nice DPM, typically low Soviet profile, hitting the edge there and holding the North 40. And we have seen exactly as expected the regrind, a heavy route push versus a C cap push. Now we have a B and an A cap available. The 72-1 of Erling Haaland there, just edging back from that B cap. They may well have been able to take that, but they're in the ascendancy anyway. They got the supremacy points done first, and they are up. The North 40 looks like it's going to be owned exclusively by the boys and girls of P1 as they start pushing through. They've brung the 907 all the way in from the corner, who was doing the spotting, and they're looking at making a move down that flank. Or are they in fact reversing? They're holding around that C cap. Now the danger here for Risk, obviously, is that the altitude is all owned by P1 Revenant. And if they can make the most of that now, I like this. I like this. We've got a big move back through the C cap. We expected it. The T110E5 of Schmert Potato, they're keeping him spotted over there. He hasn't bled much. In fact, there's been very little to talk about. Only Poltergrub in the 71 losing a smidgen of health, and he may well have just lost that driving out of spawners that little. Going down through the river now, Chromatrox getting the feet wet, duck style. The 907, he's got the speed, and in a game that's dominated by heavy tanks, having a 907 there, he is absolutely lightning quick compared to the rest of them. They're isolating around the back of the A cap. They didn't bother with B cap. Erling Haaland is desperately hoping for someone to come along and ask him to dance. Come and do the German side scrape with me, he says. No, thank you, I'm not interested. I've marked my dance card already, buddy. As the P1 Revenants start rolling back through the spawn, they've gone anti-clockwise. Now they've got the left foot, right foot action going down towards the docks, and they're hoping to isolate Schmert Potato in the E5. Now just revving up here, the calm before the storm. Again, Revenant are slightly behind on the supremacy points, so the impetus is on them to do something. On the boat here, E5, he's ready to go for a little trip. Don't go too far forward, my amigo. You'd hate to have a little bit of a lag there and go off the top and start role-playing a tugboat. Could be the end of the world. E5 bleeding there, 342 hit points. Schmert Potato, but they've got side shots from the top of the spawn. A lot more placid here, a lot more staid. The game is shaking itself out. We've got 4 minutes to go. Feels like an eternity. Legolra has taken a massive hit, a donk in the side, and his Object 907 is absolutely bleeding. 15.99 too for Milkshake. Poltergrub, he's about to get involved heavily with Woo Woo, and we might see the VK92 start edging into that B cap. That's exactly what they're trying to do, looking for a dominant stranglehold on the heavy route. They may have done this earlier. They're bleeding to try and get it done. Poltergrub, the cheese man. Oh, here comes AFK as well, rolling through in the 71. We're starting to see the blows trading. Milkshake in the 907. He is absolutely in trouble. Legolra, here comes the T100 LT, looking to plant a little bit of DPM into the 907, who's trying to hide. He's trying to hug. Face hugging, it's not going to get it done. I think he's gone. A lot of low hit point tanks are going to start falling for Revenant. We've seen Bifrost go for Risk. So is Sugar and Mugu. This is closer. This is the kind of tournament tanking we're after. The Cheese Man rolling through the back. They've got all 3 caps. It doesn't matter what else happens now. If they can hang on to that for just a little bit, they're going to win this one. No! Down to 4 tanks. 4v3. Is this the fight back we were hoping for? The big VK92, he's got nothing left in the tank. Time 71, circle of deathing. Give it to him. We're down to 3v3 now. As the caps are ticking, they've flipped another one. 885 versus 745. Chromatrox absolutely hanging on by the skin of his teeth. 226 hit points. Woo Woo's nearly gone. Nothing in the cap. Reloading now. Cheeseman leaving. Trying to get in front of his buddy. Save him 920. 965. P1 have done it by the looks of this. Can AFK hang in? They've got 2 caps. No, they're flipping B again. Risk are not giving in. 2 tanks versus 3. Where's Chromatrox? AFK's in trouble. One more tick of the clock. No, they have no caps. They've got no caps. 815 versus 935. F Silver, all or nothing. Desperately trying to get behind and can't do it. What an absolute ding-dong. Get him in here. Rinky-dink effort. P1 Revenant versus Risk. That is more like what we were after.
That's what we asked for. That's what we asked for.
Brilliant fight back from the boys.
Great job, great job. You did it, guys. Me at the end of the match was like, ooh, 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 stay alive, stay alive. Yeah, great job. Okay, so actually the Port Bay was picked by P1. And in the beginning of the battle, it was a surprising
they were
hard
behind.
situation for them. Yeah, but anyway, great job. That was professional battle.
Yeah, I always like the switch from positional play to action-packed.
Yeah,
so.
When it happens real fast, doesn't
it?
Wow.
Yeah, so that was good. What's going to happen next on which
something
map?
gonna happen on Normandy.
Oh.
Something gonna happen.
Oh.
I loved, did you see at the end there, it looked like they were done. They had 3 caps and Risk managed to get a tank in every cap and just wouldn't leave. It was just hanging on. Great fight, great fight. 907, I haven't seen a 907 anywhere. That was such a surprise. Normandy, look, it's been crackerjack. It was the best game at the NA finals when it started. We hadn't seen anything like it. Both teams went hammer and tong, and I think they won it by the skinniest of margins. In fact, I think it was a full 7-minute battle. Hopefully we see that again. This is shaping up to be quite the tussle. 2-1, and P1 seem to have found some form. Here we go.
Good luck.
T100 LT, the notable tank over there for Risk, and for P1 we have another T100 LT. So they're mirroring here. Plenty of heavies, plenty of action in the offing. A 3-cap situation here, 4-cap situation here. One of the maps with 4 caps, which makes it very, very exciting. There's like a free cap each, and it doesn't look like Risk are getting there quite quickly enough. Schmert Potato, they're rolling D, but he's not even going in. There's always a little bit of method in the madness. I would suggest that they want them to think there is no one up behind that D cap, and they may in fact bait a push through, which would be great for Schmert Potato if you've got a massive alpha donk and you're ready to use it. This is wild. F Silver, the game is 6 minutes 10 in, and F Silver is in the opposition's cap and has spotted everything. Look at him. He's like, hi guys, can I join the party? Where's the party at? Oh, it's over here. I better leave. I would suggest F Silver needs to shuffle quick. Are they going to get shots across into Poltergrub? P1 in absolute disarray here. F Silver though, he's playing very, very close to the wind. Poltergrub looking to roll down, and now being supported by Bifrost across the back of the beaches. This is a very, very three-dimensional chess effort here by Risk. Will it come apart? They have isolated Milkshake, they've isolated ST12, the top of the map hasn't moved, and now Bifrost and S Silver have reversed course, and they're looking to isolate Poltergrub. Bifrost is awfully unhealthy, 459. They've paid a huge price to get this Poltergrub isolation. Smurt Potato has nothing but the smell of an oily rag. He's on 5 hit points, and somehow they have got to clear out of this. Legolera, if he can do something, but there's still 2 guns to 1. F Silver's about to go. Can Legolera get F Silver and Bifrost? Look at them using these tanks beautifully. What a dance. They're jigging backwards and forwards. The Tango 2-step. Legolera finally clears. Bifrost is low. He's on 408. That's an awfully high roll for the T100. He's reloaded, and 278's not going to get it done. And they have traded 2 tanks for 1 down the back of the beachhead. Risk, though. 5 tanks left versus 5 tanks. ST127, he is nearly combat ineffective. Bifrost is all but done. Hurland's gone as well. Sugar and Mugu, it's a 4v5. P1 have absolutely brought this back. They could do this. Risk says no. Woo, get wrecked. Kranvagen, the Type 71 of the Cheese Man, is desperately hugging the coast and trying to get back around to a firing position. Sugar and Mugu standing tall in the middle of the map, dealing out justice left and right. Kranvagen, double Kranvagen is what's in the middle for the boys from Risk. And you can see Chromatrox and Nitroglycerin. They're holding form here. They're recapping that. They've flipped C. 457, no, that's not what's going to do it. They need to clear a tank here, and the angles are terrible. They've got the Cheese Man who's low. Sugar and Mugu has had a wonderful game roaming around in the middle of the map. They could clear Woo here. 1 left, 2. Chromatrox is on the reload. They can get another one. Sugar and Mugu is a chance. They can get this. Turn it into a 2v1, 2v2. Bifrost at the back is all but dead. Sugar and Mugu has got to stand, but Chromatrox has got plenty of hit points to make the trades, and he's got some in there. Here comes a 60 TP. They've done it. 2v2. They have both the caps, and neither Cheeseman or Bifrost are in any position to say anything about it. Bifrost may be wanting to do a little bit of work at the back as the Cheeseman spots for him, but the Cheeseman's 467, and now it's absolutely imperative for the girls and boys of Risk that they get forward and they get a cap or do something, because 2 minutes 58 is left in the game and they are 350 points down, and it's getting worse. It's only heading north. A gorgeous fight back from P1. We said that they were playing 3-dimensional chess. Risk going to the back with Bifrost and the Cheeseman, but the beach work hasn't strung out for them. Sugar and Mugu did great stuff in the middle, but you can see now there's no way around this. The cap, the hit points, the time, everything is on the side, and the 2 tanks on the other. Oh, no need to bleed there. Chromatrox taking one. Got to be very, very careful. The Bifrost at the back, he's nearly on the reload. Chromatrox is baiting it. 125 HE into Bifrost in the 71. That's turned him into a 5 hit point tank. Bifrost has given everything but the skin of his teeth in this. Chromatrox got another HE1 loaded. I'd say the Cheeseman knows he's got to do something heroic here, but no mistakes here from P1. They're running the hit points in a line. That's made it 937. The Cheese, it's all over. He's done everything he can. The game is against him. Here he comes. He's just praying for an ammo rack, hoping for something. 964, gets a 417, has enough left. 16 hit points, but the Kranvagen says, no, sunshine, sit down. That was a clinical response from P1.
He was praying for ammo rack for himself. Yeah. Just to end this battle. Yeah, great job. That was not that obvious. No. Yeah, because in the end of the in the beginning of the battle, I was like, oh, P1 can do it easily. They're very good, very safe.
As it turned out.
Yeah, but in the end, Tony, for example, you are in Team Blue, right? Mm-hmm. And you have me as your teammate.
We're done. It's a lose.
Yeah, I knew. You have Bushka.
I pray for Amarak.
Bushka's not going to help you much either, mate. I can talk about it.
So okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so you're and Bushka in Team Blue, and you see only 1 tank left in the opponent's team.
Mm-hmm. So will
you
rush?
Stay and wait for the hit points to bring you victory?
If I'm winning by cap, and if it's as important and like as important tournament as this one,
Okay.
I will wait, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you never know. APAC,
No.
get tracked, I don't know, high roll, whatever can happen. So
I remember Raikkonen getting ammo racked in an IS-7 in a win like that.
Oh, come on, it's IS-7.
He did the iPad. I
Yeah.
know, but you don't
You can
wanna
get the
test
ammo rack when you enter the battle.
it. Yeah, I know. It's,
It's
true, very true.
IS-7.
on respawn, right?
Yeah.
During the countdown.
Yeah, true. Oh,
Yeah, that was actually very action-packed. Loved it.
true. I like it. So,
What's next? Going
I like this score. It's 2 versus 2.
Yeah, 2-2. And look, that game was so interesting for me because their strategy was so complex. And it was all converging fields of fire and isolating and moving. And it was great, but it was very hard to keep going. And the longer you go in a battle like that, the more likely you are to fall to bits.
I really liked your reference with 3D chess. Very accurate.
Yeah, actually. Now, this is your map, Tony. This is the one you wanted.
Yeah.
Mayan Ruins. You're all about the Mayan Ruins. And we haven't seen this yet. This is going to be very, very exciting. Well, every game's been very exciting so far. We're looking for a little bit of love for the heavy route, I'd suggest. Maybe some people rolling across the middle. Nothing resembling a medium or a light for the team from Risk. They have gone Iron Fist. And there is a T100 LT for P1 Revenant. Now, this is obviously the play. If they see that T100 LT, they know exactly where Lagolora is going. He is going for that C cap. He's going for the easy cap. They're probably going to get this. But, no, I'm an idiot. He's not going for that play. He's going for the cross spots, and he's going to stop them from doing anything. I really like this, because my big problem with that play, getting the C cap, is that's wonderful, but if you don't spot them as they're crossing, they'll just roll right through and take it back. And when they take it back, they'll probably take you with it. Now he can easily cap C, and that's exactly what he's doing. Sugar and Mugu bleeding early. Those spots in the 100 LT really hurt him. He's down to 1183. This is just a brawl. This is just an absolute bash. F Silver is disregarding everyone and ducking on through to the blue spawn here. Kranvargen of AFK, they've decided he's the one who's got to go first. AFK in all kinds of trouble as he desperately backs up towards the B cap. I don't know what kind of plan was in evidence here, but it is not going to anyone's idea. Woo Woo down, AFK down, ST127 is about to go down. This is just like a training room gunfight where we practice focus firing. 2 tanks down, 3 tanks down for Revenant. This is now a 5v4, but the red team rolling across the top. Sugar and Mugu is still up, 142. They're desperately trying to get him, and Poltergrub does. The T100 LT has to get something done. F Silver knows that he's there, and he is rolling into the C cap to push him back. They're going to flip C while maintaining a lot of pressure on the middle. They can afford to move an extra tank at the moment. They are absolutely even on hit points. What can Lagolora do? I feel like he's the X factor here. He's got to get that T100 LT in, and he does, but he misses the tracking shot on the Cheese Man. A lot of tanks here in trouble. Smirk Potato in the 60 TP. He's staying low, combat ineffective. So is Erling Hagen in the Kranvargen. The F Silver goes forward as they trade places, and he's trying to absorb shots for the Cheese Man, but I don't know if that is the best use of the hit point pool. They need to back this up. They've got the only cap in the game, and they'll eventually drag it back because Erling Haaland is bleeding at the seams now. Poltergrub's trying to decide, does he go down? If Erling Haaland pops up again, Milkshake's going to grill him. He is desperately waiting there. Poltergrub being protected. Cheese Man with a gorgeous shot into the T100 LT, and that could prove crucial now. Smirk Potato, he wants to get up, he wants to get into it. There's a lot of very low tanks. They're desperate to taste a little bit of nitroglycerin. There you go. We knew the Lewandowski of Smirk Potato was in trouble. Nitroglycerin diving, ringing the bell. That was always going to happen. It's a 2v3, but Erling Haaland will be going the way of the Dodo very soon, you'd think. Poltergrub hanging, hugging, face to face, nose to nose. He's trying to get to the side of that Kranvargen. The armor profile works. 2v2 now. It's 1,600 hit points versus 1,500 hit points. Who's going to get the next shot? Cheeseman ramming. Gets it. Well done. Beautiful work. 1v2 now. The hit points aren't that far apart. Just one good shot from Poltergrub, but they don't have a cap, and it is an exact reversal of the map on we saw last game in Naval Normandy. F Silver doesn't have to do anything. Poltergrub's got the hit points, but really, he doesn't have a cap, and they may actually send F Silver to cap B. If they send F Silver to Cap B, they will be able to flip this easily. The Cheese Man has it hull down opposition here. Both Type 71s, Poltergrub, you'd expect him to bleed, and he does. 387, he's trying to do something, trying to get to cover. Go kill is the word on the all chat from Woo Woo. Woo Woo, you bloodthirsty, ruthless scrub. Go kill, he says. And the Cheese Man responds, absolutely, Woo Woo. You know what's up, buddy. You're what's up. Here comes the Cheese Man. Bring it in. And the Poltergrub wasn't expecting that. Misses the shot. How's that lower glacis looking? Oh, it's looking like a Type 71, but F Silver gets the shot from down the mountain, and it's all over bar the shouting here as they slowly grind Poltergrub under. What a crazy reversal. An exact replica in reverse of the last map. There's some happy faces there, guys.
Yeah. They are becoming more relaxed.
Yeah,
from
they
battle
are.
to battle, yeah.
They are. They're enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's the right moment to become relaxed. Come on.
True.
What do you think? A little bit of face slapping in the dressing room, maybe something like that?
Come on, do it.
Come on. Come here.
Mom, I need some energy, please.
Motivation,
Come
some
on,
motivation.
slap me. That's right.
Okay, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And totally unexpected. So I think that the one word that can describe this match is unexpected.
Yeah, they're flipping. They're flipping. Every match is a fight back. No one's giving in, and they're adapting to the strategies really well. On the fly too. That T100 LT. Oh, just he needed to stay in the game for him. Very tight, very tough, and anyone's game at the moment. I'm super impressed with what APAC's serving up. Really enjoying it.
Should we nerf it? Good.
Don't touch
Yeah,
it.
right now.
Leave it
Too
be.
good in right hand.
Send the send the text message. Oh.
Okay. Okay. Very energetic.
So now we're coming to 6th match, and P1 desperately needs a win, if I got the math correctly.
Yeah, they do. They've got to win this match, or it is game over.
Yeah.
True.
Match over.
They've fought back really well so far, so I would not be surprised at all. I kind of expect this to go to 7. I think they're pretty evenly matched.
But another complication for P1 is that next map, Black Goldville, is actually risks.
Oh
big.
dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, they managed to nail the map that was picked by an opponent in last match. So
Maybe.
You got to break serve, got to hold serve. That's how we play this game. If you can't make the map you pick when you get into the tough stuff,
you have to adapt.
You have to be able to adapt. And both teams have done very, very well so far. I think, if anything, Revenant probably regret not being a little more aggressive on a couple of the maps when things weren't going their way, and they've certainly changed that tune. They're making things happen. They're active. But Risk have shown a propensity to well and truly be able to duck back in the pocket when they need to. I'm going to be surprised if this doesn't go 7. Even though they didn't pick Black Goldville, I think that Revenant are going to be able to get it done.
I hope so, because I want more matches. So
yeah,
this battle I'll be rooting for P1, to be honest.
Okay, so fingers crossed for P1, and yeah.
Black Goldville. There was a time when this was a newly introduced map that I absolutely farmed the top of the caves there in my T62A. Loved it to bits. The meta has changed drastically, though, as some adjustments have been made both in the town and on the top of the medium route. I don't know that we're going to see a cap, but we may see some more mediums here, because if you can get up top behind the rock and give some protection, you're going to be able to get an easy cap. Well, you won't see more mediums from, well, the T100 LT isn't there. F Silver driving the T100 LT. We have a Sheridan, double Sheridan and a VK90. Asia server is the gift that just keeps giving. Lagola, this is what I was talking about here, the A cap. Getting up to the A cap, spotting from that bush, and if anyone loves driving lights, and they are my favourite kind of tank in the game, that bush is one of the most storied positions you can get to. You can get all kinds of mayhem going from over there. The A cap, they're getting early spots, just seeing the Cheese Man, counting tanks, and this is what these tournament teams do. They like to see what's going on. Once they count the tanks, they get a fair idea on where they can advance safely, and they're going to go over there and slip that A cap. Now, the Cheese Man from Risk He's not really isolated there. It's very easy to get shots and support. And anyone that pushes up there to overlook him is going to be visible all the way from down behind that C cap there. You can see Schmert Potato, who's lit up like a Christmas tree. The light bulb, the thinking music, VK9001, Nitroglycerin, asking for someone to come and dance the German side scrape with him. And we now have both A and C cap. So a clear definition of labour here. The blue in A is P1 of Revenant, and the red of C is Risk. And they are up, Risk in the ascendancy. They've bled a little bit. The Cheese, when he's spotted the Sheridan, and they're starting to reverse this. I don't mind this. This is great for Black Goldville, and you can see this is their strategy. Get the early C cap and then reverse it and hold, because you have to push down. And pushing down on Black Goldville through this spawn area is a very, very difficult proposition indeed, particularly when you have so many tanks with such big turrets and the ability to side scrape off these rocks. Type 71 up there, Chromatrox, he's looking to do something. There's no movement yet, and you can just feel the tension in the air. There is a real palpable sense for the guys from Revenant that they have to get this done. Everyone's edgy, everyone's looking for a mistake, and so far there are none coming. F Silver starting to shuffle off now. He's moving around for Risk. He's been awfully active. He's doing a lot of work in the tight, gone from spawn to C and back again, and now he's reverse course, and he's using that spotting just right down that C-cap heavy line, making sure that they know what's going on, being very active about it. Nitroglycerin, he's going to edge there. Look at the Sheridan of La Galeria. He's thinking about it. He's edging forward. Is anyone there? Is anyone there? Is anyone there? How far does he have to go? F Silver, he's putting in the hard yards. The heart monitor's going berserk. He's back and forth behind the spawn like a busy little buddy as he goes high again to spot C-cap, doing all the good work. The double Sheridan. I don't know where this is going to pay off for Revenant. They must have an idea on what they want to do. The counter strat, but Bifrost has got that B-cap covered. Can they put someone in a position that they can make a good trade here behind the B-cap? I don't know. I think it's going to be a big ask. There's a lot of mobility there in Risk, and we're moving on down now. No one getting too excited. 3 minutes 44. If they can get a tank, they can peg this back. They're only down by 25 points, but F Silver's off again. He has some serious issues with staying put. He's moving around like a lightning bug as he goes from cap to pat and back again. Chromatrox takes another hit now, 1673 hit points. Can't be happy about that, P1. They can't afford to bleed hit points here. They have to be the team. When they're giving up hit points, it has to be in a trade. The Cheese Man down to 18-19, but that's not enough. And he's got plenty of support. Bifrost holding the middle against Nitroglycerin. Here we go. Nitro might have finally found someone to dance the German tango with him. Show me your big side scrape and I'll show you mine. But Bifrost is like, no thanks, buddy. I'd rather go hull down. Type 71's queuing up on the corner to get some shots into the broadside of Nitroglycerin and the VK90. We see the Sheridan of AFK starting to rotate around the A. This is getting serious now. They might be looking to sneak a win here. Just iron fist down the flank, take out Cheese Man and go 1,000 as the cap ticks up. That is a risky business indeed as Poltergrub takes a hit in the IS-4. Erling Haaland coming down. Here it is. It's exactly what we thought. But pushing down there is hard, and they've really prepared for this. That's ST127's going to bleed right away. You'd have to think they're going to go for him, and they do. Here it comes, all at once, in a rush. This is what we've been waiting for, and Nitroglycerin, nothing to side scrape there, and he is down. They need to get the Cheese Man, they need to get him quick. They're going to do it, it's 9:45 versus 8:50. If it doesn't happen soon, it's going to be Sayonara, and it does. 900 v 905. If they can get one more tank, but the cap is flipping, they've got B, and that could be crucial for Risk. You can see Poltergrub goes in, he's got no choice. Erling Haaland as a Sheridan comes up behind him. That's big, that's another big one. 4v5, no 5v5. It is all happening now here, 940, 950. Revenant, would you believe, have pulled ahead by 10 points, but it was only momentary, 995. Oh, to go out like that, what an effort. Really loved it. I picked Revenant to win it. I probably have put the mocker on him and cursed him, which is my fault, and I apologise, boys, but they gave that an absolute red-hot go. They were up. They were up with just a fraction of it. Oh, so close. Such a great match. Really well played.
wow, just wow.
Just yeah.
I still can't figure out. Maybe our analytics can help us with that. But why it took so much time for P1 to actually capture the point in the beginning?
Yeah, me too.
So
With
they
two
lose like
Sheridans.
25 points or something.
You've got 2 Sheridans. Just get one in there behind the cap. You can actually position it behind that rock and just stick the nose in.
Right.
Yeah.
And if that was the case, they won't figure out in a situation when they need actually to push in the end. So,
I mean,
yeah, I'm not doing the
Yeah, easy to say that here, isn't it? But you know,
Yeah,
you know,
true,
obviously.
true.
when you talk to these guys,
why
they've always
haven't
got.
they That's weird.
That's why I'm talking about it, and they're doing it.
Yeah.
So,
So anyway, P1, congratulations.
Yeah, well done, really good effort, and
Yeah.
very close, very close.
close. Yeah.
And it was super beautiful to watch these matches in enjoyable, professional gameplay, professional, and I really like it. So
They
great
did.
Yeah, we
job.
have something to learn.
They
from
did
them.
a great job with that.
Yeah.
They really did, in the fact that they were behind, but they had a good plan, and it nearly worked. Like, it was just get real close to the cap, and then get a kill and flip it up to 1,000, and it was that far away from working.
Yeah, but nearly still
Not
doesn't
good
count.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Doesn't
right.
count.
Doesn't get you $25,000, which is what they really wanted. Bad luck, boys and girls, but a valiant effort and a really determined push there at the end.
yeah, so our respect goes to you. Anyway, great job and congratulations with the 3rd place in Blitz Ultimate Cup Asia Region Championship. It's respectable to be here on the 3rd place. Yeah.
And Risk,
Respect.
I mean, we probably haven't talked enough there about Risk. They absorbed everything. They real
took the
heavyweight.
risk.
Yeah, they
Sometimes.
did. They
Yeah,
took the risk sometimes.
true.
They tried some very ambitious strats, but at the end it was some meat and potatoes kind of gameplay that got them there. They really did play strong and stick to their guns. No pun intended. They stuck with that, and it worked a treat for them. They're up against Rote Nova.
What I can say about Risk, coming back to this team, they're well prepared.
Yeah.
Very well prepared.
Absolutely.
And these characteristics is mostly about Asia region. Asia region teams, yeah, they take it really serious. So that's good.
Plenty of time in the training rooms on those ones, and there'll be plenty of time for them to break it down and go through it. But for the guys from Revenant, but for Risk, it's onwards and upwards as they float their hopes against what is a very well-deserved 1 seed.
Yeah.
And we saw in the NA finals that the 1 seeds, they don't muck around. They tend to build, but the guys coming in, they have that momentum from playing games. They've been playing games all day. The other guys are just in training rooms working up. There really is no substitute for the pressure cooker. So I'd expect Revenant to start very strong and really take it to Rote Nova, and Rote Nova to maybe build into their stride. And that being said, no one wants me backing them at the moment because everyone I back gets flogged. So I don't know.
Yeah. So one more time, congratulations with the 3rd place to our P1 team. And meanwhile, our teams are getting ready for the grand final, and very soon we'll know the champion of our Asia region. And let's call analytics to our
Yeah,
studio.
talk to the guys who actually know how to analyze.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, yo.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
G'day, team.
How is everyone?
All one.
Pretty impressed. What about you guys?
Impressive stuff, especially towards the last couple of matches. I think I know would like to say something about those matches too.
Yeah,
Right.
Look, especially the last ones were like that was a big brawl there. Actually, I've seen the strategy of Risk on Marion Ruins yesterday already. Was pretty much the same, like that immediate brawl there, just heading straight to the middle area, and they were almost losing. And actually, they had like the gun advantage, they had a hit point disadvantage. Then the guns were even. And P1 was actually in good position to just turn it around, and still they lost this LT, and Risk somehow managed to win this. It was really awesome to see that. But,
and here we are looking at the first battle. Yeah. And I think P1 had some cold lead on the first 2 battles, as they didn't seem to have a response when Photograph gets focused.
Well, some really good move here into the back of the IS-4 and just pincering that from different angles. and just one tank after the other fell down. Then after that first Ice Walk got killed, I think it was just P1 just being a bit too split to not be 100% prepared for that.
Yeah, this one, Risk did a really good job trying to pin down the P1 tank near the spawn, which is nitroglycerin. Once again, a little bit of code feed from P1, but they made a push in the end, but it wasn't enough. The push didn't happen early enough.
Yeah, they
Also
seemed to be
quite
a little
interesting
bit quiet
how-
there, didn't they? A little bit slow to start.
Yeah.
And
What do you
the-
think, Nando?
Also, on this game, it was Risk having the TP being on the outside as a bait somewhat, and P1 did not really care about covering that all too well, rather decided to push forwards and really struggled to do so here, while Risk just reacted with the map control.
And the third battle you're seeing here, this is exactly when P1 springs back to life. I love how they kind of deal with the disadvantage they have. Risk tried their best in the focus fire, but it was P1 that got the crossfire and dealt enough damage for Risk so that it was difficult for them to do the win in the end. Especially getting the B cap here was so important, put a lot of pressure for Risk.
Absolutely. Also, we could see early on some big shootout of the Object 907 on the C side, which triggered Risk to just counter push base C. But at the same time, P1 did a really good job of counter pushing base A and B simultaneously. And they were just a little bit faster at that, found some more isolated tanks to push onto, and eventually just won by the focus fire.
Yeah. And now we are seeing the fourth battle, and I like how Risk started with F Silver, and that caught P1 off guard totally. They were kind of panicking on what to do to deal with that situation. As you can see, it was some really gutsy game. I like how F Silver and Bifrost cooperated together. But what went wrong for Risk in this one is that in the middle, near B, where P1 pushed without any hesitation. I think that's how they won this one.
As for this map, it can never be underestimated how important the high ground is. The beach pushes sometimes work out, but only they are good for the start, for just gaining an early advantage, but then on the hillside there are the 3 caps. You do have the high ground and you do have the hull down positions from up there, can shoot down onto the enemies. And P1 was just out trading the Risk team that was trapped down on the beach. And just gotta keep in mind that pushing down a hill is a matter of seconds, but pushing up a hill takes minutes because you're way, way slower to do so.
Yeah, I mean,
eventually
Risk
it was
tried.
just P1 gaining the hit points here, winning that like that.
Yeah, and this 6th battle, I think, personally, is the best battle out of all in this matchup. This is 5th battle, sorry. It's all about focus fire and also shot efficiency, but I mean, everything is happening here, just spiral down into pandemonium. But what I love about Risk, they focus fire really well, but P1 absolutely made sure Risk has to go a long way to get those low hit point pool targets out. And it all came down to the very last minute, actually, here you're seeing right now, where it really relied on Risk communication to see it out.
Really impressive to see that LT kill somewhat still, and I don't know, Risk just managed to win this still, although being at a disadvantage. They did a really awesome job here. Super intense fight of close combat scenario. Kind of fight that you're struggling to keep up with, and yet you just know you've seen something great afterwards.
Yeah, and here we are, the final battle is the 6th battle here. As we can say, I like how Risk got the cap lead, and also P1 is trying to figure out what to do to kind of rotate and get back the cap lead. But I think they were kind of approaching a little bit slowly. But I think what they're trying to do at the end is trying to get the kills as soon as they could. But the problem is they couldn't get those kills quickly enough. The push got a little bit messy, and Risk was able to focus fire and get P1 tanks out as soon as they could.
What I could really see as an issue here for the P1 team is their lineup of double Sheridan while not gaining any advantage in terms of cap control early on, so they had to push with the double Sheridans, both of those just not having any armor nor DPM and really failing to get into the fight aggressively to focus fire here. Was a big problem for P1.
Yeah, I mean, we are back to the first battle. But what I want to kind of sum up here is that I think P1, they kind of started slow, but then they grew into the battle, and we saw some really close battle at the very end, and it was Risk. They showed how strong they are with the focus fire and the communication. I think P1, they showed that later on, but it wasn't really enough to counter Risk in the end.
Yeah,
what do you think about?
You guys, I think you've hit something really good on the head there. Like, if P1 had been playing the way they were in the last 4 matches at the start, this could very well have been a different outcome.
Yeah. And I think that could be the same for Road to Nova. Also, they started slow yesterday, and they really have to start quickly tonight, as they didn't have a match to play early today.
What do you think? What do you think the strat is there with the double Sheridans? Like, that just didn't make a lot of sense to me, to run 2 light tanks and yet still be
haven't capture a point in the beginning
to be slow to the cap point.
Yeah, I saw some teams, they kind of waited for a really long time and then waited for like 900 cap points and then make a move at the very end. What they're trying to do, they are trying to gamble on getting the kills more quickly than the other team so that they could win by cap points in the end. Although the win might not be the most beautiful one, but they got the job done.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the case in the end. But maybe Nino can say something more about this.
Sheridans are usually just used for the map control. Just gotta keep in mind they're currently having the highest view range in the game.
Yeah.
And therefore they just are able to outspot everyone, put out some big shots every now and then. But I feel like in most tournament games, it mostly just boils down to rather being able to focus fire in the end and not just about the one big shot that was going in at the start. So, I don't know, I would say in most cases that I've seen, the LT is just winning over the Sheridan.
Yeah, it seems that way. Like the LT for Risk, he was everywhere in one tank and he was spotting the lot, like just backwards and forwards, and he had map control just fine. And he certainly seemed to do pretty well in the cap circle.
So if we talk about tank setups, so we see quite some of the 60 TPs in Asia finals.
Asia's great.
We haven't
Asia's
seen
amazing.
on NA. So any ideas why it happened? So why 60 TPs? I'm not saying it's a bad tank, but most of the tournament guys
Not
know
common.
that.
Not common.
Probably not the best meta.
Well, how common is it to have a light tank in the spawn of the enemy on Normandy in the first 30 seconds of the game? I mean, Asia is absolutely mad. It just goes everywhere. I mean, as someone that plays in the Asia server, you can throw the meta out the window. Like you're going to find something different every day of the week. It's ridiculous.
Open the window. We have something to
Open the window first.
Yeah, I mean, I know the APAC server guys quite well, and they love to kind of catch the other team off guard with their strategies. I mean, I've seen a couple of boost strategies by the teams on the APAC server in the season, and it was very impressive. So, yeah, I have lots of high hopes for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's also something like the teams up to the top 8 or in the top 8 still, they all have their safe strategies that almost always work out, so they don't have to experiment. But when it then comes to the top 4, they are getting creative and trying to counter the strategies that they've seen from the enemies being played. And it sometimes fails horribly just because they're trying too much.
But I mean, they're the most memorable. They are so memorable. Like, no one will forget Messi on the grill getting stuck up on top of the mountain on Fort Despair. Or, I mean, people are seeing leopards on canal, running along the bottom of the canal and popping up in the red spawn like 30 seconds into the game and smashing everyone. Like, these are the things that you love about the game. The unexpected is amazing.
Yeah, it took Messi like a minute and a half.
Oh,
and
it
half
was
of
crazy.
The team to get
it was
there.
absolutely
so
insane.
if anything went wrong, they will be just annihilated. So
I was sitting there with skate and hysterics. Like, it's just, I love the creativity of the player base. It's incredible. And I think it's spot on.
Mostly it's the kind of stuff that only works once, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to save that for the good stuff.
Yeah, so Jack, Nano, thank you so much for brilliant analytics.
Great
It
to
was
see you guys.
really
Thank you so much.
interesting, to hear it, and we'll see you after this.
Yeah, we're not saying
second
goodbye.
match.
It sounded like you're saying goodbye, but
No.
not.
We'll see you after
just
the
love 'em a
second
lot.
match. Yeah, enjoy.
See you
enjoy
later,
the
guys.
battles.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so while our teams are still having some rest and preparing for grand final, let's talk about some product-related stuff.
Okay,
And
you can talk about
to
it.
put it safely, or to put it a bit more ambitious, we can say that since Bushka is a big lover of light tanks, right?
Oh dear.
We have a
dear.
kind of sort of present
Oh
for you.
no. Okay.
And Bushka today will be testing a new upcoming Chinese light tank, Tier 10, the
Researchable,
top
yeah.
of the researchable tree, right? For now it may look like a premium or collector tank, I guess, since
Yeah.
it's in testing, but it's like just some background stuff, but it's totally researchable as usual. Yeah, so now you can check it out. Can you take off
Take
the
the
camo?
camo.
for us?
Hang on, I'll
yeah,
ta-
just
I'll-
check the tank
Yep.
model to appreciate it a little bit more.
Okay.
So I know that Bushka will have some.
Last time we did this on stream, I got obliterated by Death Stars, okay? I just want to set the bar super low here, guys. All right. The lower we set the bar, the more excited you're going to be when I jump it. So let's.
So if anything goes wrong, it's not the tank's fault.
Yeah, it's absolutely the tank's fault.
Oh, it's the tank's fault. Okay. Unexpected.
It's important to mention that during this stream, Bushka has his own tablet.
Yeah, I do.
Not
this
a
time I got
small
no
tablet
excuses.
from Alex.
I got no excuses. I got my big hands here.
Well, you have a couple of minutes to come up with a couple new excuses.
Should I
just in
press
case.
play? Or
No,
I
you should
settle?
put on camo, please.
Yeah,
Okay,
we just
put on
wanted to
camo.
check the
Okay.
tank model.
Any camo in particular you want to see? What about some of the old classics? The old. Here we go.
All classics always work good.
I
So
don't-
what
I
about
don't
this thing?
remember when was last time when I saw these camos in the battle.
Only the fancy stuff for you, hey? Here we go, the WZ132-1. Hang on, what do we want? Okay.
Maybe you just turn
Yeah,
on
just
the
turn
sound
on sound a
in
bit
the game.
so we can hear the gameplay. It's
Where is the sound going?
There? Yeah. 50% will
yeah,
be
set
okay.
around 50 should be fine.
Yeah, it's
Second and the third line.
it's
Yeah, these two
Uh-huh.
Oh, you want me to turn it
Yeah.
down?
No, just half, yeah. Good.
should be okay.
Go, Bushka!
Are you not hearing my sound, Amigo? Is this what's going on?
Okay, so what about this tank? As said, it's a Chinese light tank, tier 10.
And it's researchable.
It's such a good tank that you can give the enemy 30 seconds head start and you're still going to get 10, 15 damage.
So as you can see, mobility is pretty good even for a light tank. And aside from other stuff that you will probably see later in the game, it features one new core mechanic, never seen before in the game. So as you guys probably know, when you get spotted, when you run away, you still are visible for an enemy for about 10 seconds.
I am very visible here and I'm very on my own.
But
come on, guys.
This tank,
I'm gonna
the
proximity
timer
spotting.
is not 10 seconds, but 7. So it takes you only 7 seconds to get invisible for your enemy, as soon as you're out of his sight.
Get wrecked.
And since this tank is still in testing, this number can even be lowered down a bit. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, we're still testing and
I can't read Russian, but I'm guessing they're asking me what is that tank? There's people in
you
the
can say
chat.
no idea. No idea.
Yeah.
Just picked some random stuff from my garage.
Yeah.
From the shop.
Yeah.
Doesn't everyone have this tank?
No. Of course
There's
no.
nothing spotted on this map. I'm really worried I'm about to get nuked.
I had a chance to actually play a couple battles on this tank, and it really gave me vibes of Type 62 Tier 7 premium tank.
Really?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Ability, run!
Just why do it look?
Ouch.
Why are all these tanks
Ouch.
so keen? No one on my team is doing any movement.
Ouch.
Just Seriously, guys.
Okay,
You
at
better
least,
close
guys,
your eyes.
You can see that this tank is
He's very
really
good at running
taking
away.
damage.
Oh, yeah.
Very good at running away.
Ouch.
Okay, at least
Okay, let's
fun.
put some bets. Will Bushka survive this
Of
one?
course.
Yes, absolutely.
At
Bushka's
least
got
for
it
a few
going
seconds.
on. Now I'm going to turn gently to the left
And by now,
hide in
from
the
out of
spawn.
sight.
Just closing my eyes. I'm not watching. Am I still alive?
Maybe that 7 seconds countdown
yeah.
saved your life, yeah, because you weren't visible as.
Oh, hello. How are you doing?
G'day, buddy.
AFK guy.
Hey, how you doing? What are you up to? I like
Wanna
you.
report?
I like how you go. Can you hear the Can you hear the sound on my tank? Oh no, buddy!
Oops.
Oh,
Wow,
thank
what
you
a
so much.
save! Wow.
You're my new friend, Mr. Conway.
You want a hug
What
with
a
this tank?
save.
With
I
the battle?
I come and give you a hello. Okay, should I try for something crazy? Should we try and go through the other spawn?
Oh, that's totally
do it.
crazy.
Why not?
Yeah, so Tony, do we know when this pickle will be released?
Well, I know it's still in testing, and we might have another row of testing, right?
I'm gonna
After-
hide
within the next
testing
update. So definitely not next update, but somewhere
Next
sometime
year.
after it.
Is it safe to
To say next
yeah,
year?
next
I think yeah, because this year is ending in less than a month.
Imagine.
Really? Come on.
It's time
Yeah, so guys,
to buy
somewhere around
Christmas gifts.
2023.
True. Yeah, Bushka, how are you doing?
I'm still alive.
Still
which
alive,
is-
come on.
This is like the weirdest public game ever. It's 3 minutes left, and there's only one tank dead.
Because everyone is watching tournament.
Yeah, it's true. It's probably
Those are
true.
not
They're
quite
watching
playing,
the tournament.
actually.
They're like, we're just going to take it easy. Let's see if I can do something crazy. I mean,
Did you cause any damage?
none. I've not. But look, I'll be honest. The most impressive thing about this is that I lived this long, right? I mean, I don't think. Okay, here we go, guys. Close your eyes. We're going
That's how
through
you
the
play,
spawn.
right?
We're going through the spawn. Dun, 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 dun. There's a VK somewhere here. Oh!
Oh!
Hello!
Hello
no,
there.
no, stop that! No, no, go, no. Oh, so close.
So close to
I
what?
found him.
Getting wrecked.
Okay. So could you just turn off the sound on your tablet, on the whole
Okay.
tablet? Because yeah, I guess that we're receiving the sound from the stream. And it's a
Okay.
bit duplicated.
You mean tablet volume, right?
I
Yeah,
know
tablet.
what he means. Do you mean like that? Okay, there we go. So I've turned off the vMix tool. So
Cool.
is that what you wanted?
Thank you. Yeah. What a beautiful battle it was, Bushka. Maybe you
Right.
want to join Rotanova in the finals.
Oh, look, they'd be lucky to have me. I've got a lot to offer Rote Nova and everyone else really. Let's turn it on so it looks very fancy this time.
Maybe that was the reason.
That was the
Kevin
problem we
dealt a
had.
lot of damage.
I couldn't see all the tanks. Look, that game was going very slowly. I'm not
To
gonna
be honest,
lie.
that was quite a weird game.
It was very strange. I mean, for those of you watching at home, there's a lot of good reasons why I shouldn't be asked to test tanks. That is one of them.
Yeah, but Bushka, at least we know how not to play this tank, right?
Yeah, well, look, if you can't get through the red spawn, then why are you even trying? Hey? If you can't drive a tank through the enemy spawn on 20 hit points, then you shouldn't bother.
Well, you almost did it. Almost.
I did. It reminds me a lot, like you were saying, of driving the Type 62. It's got that vibe about it, and I love the Type 62.
True.
It's very nippy. It moves very nicely. It's got a
And
lot
it's
of,
small.
Yeah, low profile, and that you could really see the spotting thing. I went undetected way earlier, and that's why I got away. That was actually a great mechanic.
Oh.
Can you
enjoyed
think
that.
of like some certain cases when
Well,
these new mechanics can actually be?
Yeah, if you're
useful?
on a map like Port Bay or something like that, New Bay, where you want to go to the flank and you get spotted and you pull back and you want to move, you could leave there because 10 seconds versus 7 seconds, 3 seconds.
Quite a
you can-
difference.
yeah, you can get out of town really quickly. I'll give it another go. Hey, what do you?
Sure.
Oh, of
we go
course,
again.
yeah. So the whole tech line will start from tier 6, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and guys, I think you can check our official Discord to find useful information about the...
And some screenshots, I guess?
Yeah, and some screenshots, of course, of these vehicles about upcoming features, not only about upcoming vehicles, but yeah, we like to tease the updates and some other interesting stuff on our Discord, so yeah, feel free to join us. And of course, it's a good place to find the links for our future streams. It's really very...
I mean,
That was a
kids,
good one.
stay in school. Because you could end up driving tanks badly on a stream for a living as well. This is great. I'm so bad at this.
So,
Actually, this is so challenging to talk and drive.
It's really, I'm not going to lie.
Big kudos to our community contributors who
really
can do
play.
it perfectly. Both things.
Can't really play like this. I feel like a lot of pressure to just do something because everyone's watching. So I'm
Bushka, do
driving
something.
forward again.
Bushka, you have an excuse. You haven't played this tank before, so it's okay.
What did he say that to?
Yeah, our director says that you should rush B.
Rush B.
Everyone
Always,
got the
always.
There's no B here, buddy.
Just rush then.
Okay. There's a Sheridan here. That's not a bad light tank. Pushing a light tank, is it?
Yeah, you can survive a couple shots and get him done.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Someone is helping you. Yeah, good.
All right. 5.
What's that convoy shot in previous battle? Wow.
That Conway
Yeah.
saved my bacon. He's
Like
a great
bro.
guy.
True, bro.
Like it. He is. He's a look at that. That FV's desperate for a little bit of Bushka action. He's after me. He's watching. Come on. Through you go, buddy, in the leopard. Okay, I'm ready to push. Here we go. No, there's a Death Star there.
Wow.
Oh, you know me and Death Stars.
But it's an easy target for you.
It works
An
both
easy
ways.
target for me.
Yeah, true.
I've moved him at least. I've done good.
Okay.
That FV is over there. Come on, Death Star. Come on.
Another unusual
Take
battle.
Alex out. Yeah, this is weird. Why are people playing so properly? What is going on?
What happened with this
Like
game?
everyone's just holding angles and really caring about the game. This is great.
Oh,
Oh,
And caring
damn it.
about their teammates as Conway. Ouch.
Okay.
still alive. Yeah, I see some low health points tanks, so
One of them being Bushka?
yeah. No, not so low. So, yeah, as we already mentioned, we are showing you the gameplay on a new researchable tier 10 Chinese light tank.
That's a lot of words, dude.
Yeah, no Minotauro,
There's a Death
please.
Star there again.
I'm not sure what is now more dangerous, the Death Star or Minotauro.
Well, they all know where I am, unfortunately.
Bushka
and
has a superpower to found Death Star in every battle, even
It's true.
if the initial
I wonder if
lineup
he's
does not
watching
have
down
a
here.
Death
Yeah,
Star.
and Death Star in every battle is like, Bushka, hello.
Hello there.
Yeah. So, Tony, one more time about the mechanics of this tank.
Yeah, sure. So, as we all know, as soon as you get out of sight of your enemy, it takes around 10 seconds to actually become invisible for that enemy. But in case with this tank and other tanks in the line, when this mechanic starts...
Not sure, we're still testing.
Okay, so now we're
yeah,
talking about only
not
this
defined
tier
yet.
10 tank. No cheat. So in case of these tanks, it takes not 10 seconds, but 7 seconds to get out of sight and become invisible. As soon as
No,
you're-
Sheridan, don't do it. I'm a good guy. I don't deserve it. I'm a nice person.
when you can finish Minotauro. Oh my god!
Oh, no, there is an FV there.
And it also burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another feature.
No, it was good. No, it was good. Like, eventually when you got to the flank and that, but that FV held at the back forever.
At least you deal some damage.
I did big
Do we have
damage.
time for another
big
one?
numbers.
No.
No?
No
Okay.
time.
No.
Which is
Okay.
probably good. Like, I've explored the limits of my abilities. Oh, talk
Yeah,
about
so-
pressure.
Bushka, yeah, here for commentating, not to try these
Well,
stupid
surely.
new tanks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great tank.
Stupid, come on.
It's
Yeah.
a great tank.
It just takes time to
I'm trying
figure out.
to take care of Bushka.
Yeah, she's
Not
trying
the
to build me up.
damage,
I'm easily.
field.
Come
I
on.
get hurt a lot. Like
Really?
I'm soft.
You don't
soft.
look like you get hurt easily.
I don't. It's all right.
Yeah, so our teams are almost ready to start the final match of our Blitz Ultimate Cup Asia region. Who is the best of luck? And let's just recall to our members who is playing right now. We have 2 teams in the grand finals, and these teams are
RN
RN, Rotanova,
and Team Vengeance.
True. So we are playing best of 9, and I hope that we'll see a lot of battles, as much as possible, as many as possible. So best of luck to the teams, and since we are not familiar with Rotanova on our today's stream,
Let's check some intros.
Yeah, let's check some intros.
Oh, let's have a look at Rotanova. Let's get excitable. Here they are, the #1 seed, the top of the pops.
Here we are. Yeah, Rotanova. Surprise.
There we go. Oh, this is Wadu. Oh, very famous Wadu. And look at the tanks blowing up all around Puppy. Good on you, Pup. Here's Lancelot driving the FV4202. Wonderful tank. I am Bread Tank. This bloke has rocked my socks on the Asia server for years. The world is yours, my friend. All you got to do is win the best of 9, and you'll be getting the world right between the eyeballs. Tayama Taijuro, 21.99. Not to forget the 21.99, very important. And the king of the world, Ploy Kickshaw, the Captain Fantastic at the end of the dial there. That is Rotanova. Wonderful little bit of logo work there. They threw that out to the art department. The art department knocked the socks off it. Good work, Rotanova. I am Bread Tank, and all of the boys and girls. Good luck on behalf of the team here at the commentary booth. I'm excited. Risk v RN. We saw on the NA stream the #1 seed took a little while to get going. Let's see how they go here.
These visit cards, by the way, they're so good that I think that team members can even apply them to their CV letters.
Yeah, they are good, aren't they? Yeah, they should absolutely put those on.
2020 to 2022 was a member of RN Clan.
Yeah.
Or any other
Why
clan.
not? Why not? Yeah, because you understand that playing tournaments is not only about playing tanks properly, yeah, in a good way, but about organization, about
Yeah, you have to choose some management skills, right?
Yes.
Especially if you're a captain, for example,
Yes.
or a field commander.
Communication skills.
Yeah,
Yeah, the ability to work well with others.
yeah, guys, if you need help,
Yeah.
we can give you a feedback.
Knocking out CVs up here all day long.
Yeah, true. So what are the maps for our upcoming match? Let's check it out. Maybe let's just show the visit card of
Second team.
Risk.
Yeah,
more
why
time,
not?
Because
Why
they're
not?
so beautiful.
True. I can watch it all day long.
Oh, here we go, Risk again, Juicy. And you can see the Risk kids love a bit of a circle. 745 Sticky, throwing the chewing gum meme through, goes woo, woo, woo. And into F Silver, the light de jour, loves a bit of light work. So does B Frost in the big American heavy there. Schmert Potato, Low and Hungry, Shugu, and Mugu. And they're giving it to the poor old mouse in the house who's sitting on a rock in the middle of desert sands for reasons unknown. But again, what a wonderful bit of work. And those intros, they are gorgeous. Can't get enough of them. I love
I just
it.
feel sorry about that mouse.
Yeah, the
at
mouse.
the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, some mouses were harmed in the making of that intro. The Cheese Man, good work. He's in there today. Love him. Been very, very solid in the Type 71 all day long. I'm excited about this. This is going to be a crackerjack game, I hope. Risk, if they can carry their form through. Rotanova, obviously #1 for a reason. What kind of crazy Asia server are we going to get? What kind of APAC
Some crazy stats.
shenanigans? What strats are we going to see? You know, 5 tanks rumbling through naval frontier in the middle, in a line, sharing hit points. I don't know. Going to the
Stop
moon.
giving them ideas.
Yeah, they don't need any help.
Meanwhile, teams are writing down ideas.
Yeah.
So what about the maps?
The good
Dynasty's
news,
Pearl.
we have 9.
9
Oh.
maps.
True, because we're playing best of 9 here.
Faust. We're going to see Faust for the first time. Winter Malinovka, one of my
It says only
original
winter
favourite maps.
here.
Yeah.
we know
Definitely
it's
winter. I'm
winter.
telling you now. Coming from the beaches of Australia. And Yukon. Yukon's going to be there as well. This is a pretty varied kind of map selection. It's always great when you see the old pick bands. They come up with some really interesting different maps, and they've got to be prepared for all of them. That's a lot of different strats to have for different maps, isn't it?
Yeah, but picking Yukon as a decider map,
Wow.
interesting.
I'd love for us to get there. I'd love to get to a game 9. That would be
Yeah, we
really
need to
exciting.
meet together
Let's
when
pray.
it's
Yeah.
how the teams played.
So, yeah, best of luck, and we're starting our final match.
Black Goldville.
It was Black Goldville?
Yeah.
Okay, it
At
was
least,
Black Goldville.
yeah, according to our list.
And don't forget the watch. If you're watching, make sure you're watching the portal. Get your keys.
Yeah.
Bushka!
See, I'm
Reminder.
hitting the stripes. I got told beforehand. Alex took me aside. He said, "Bushka, start hitting the points. You're useless. You go off topic all the time." Sorry.
No! Oh my god. You say this, and the next day, all players like, oh, Alexandra, you said it to Bushka, really? That works like this. No, I didn't. So, let's get back to the tournament, and which team's best of luck on the first map is that gonna to be Tony.
Black Goldville.
I trust you.
You trust me?
He says
Yes.
Black Goldville. I mean, if Tony says Black Goldville, it's going to be Black Goldville. If he told me the sun wasn't going to come up tomorrow morning, I'd just get an extra couple of hours sleep. I believe him. He is firmly up here when it comes to belief. We're going to kick it off very, very shortly. Do you guys have a pick?
We have.
Who do you get? Who you think?
Usually, actually, it's the same.
Let's get 10,000 thumbs up on YouTube to show the map video.
How many do we have right now?
I don't know. I have to check.
Okay. We'll check afterward.
Yeah, afterwards.
Maybe somewhere in between.
Yeah, but guys, if you're on YouTube right now, you won't receive any keys. So if you want to get some keys, please go to the portal. You can find these.
Or you can use two
this
devices.
map in event, yeah. So
Black
Black Goldville.
Goldville. Tony was right. Now we saw the double Sheridan strat fall apart at the seams here just last game for P1. We're going to see Risk v Rote Nova as they go forward. Vengeance versus Rote Nova, and we will probably see some more light tanks. How they use them and how they deploy them is going to be the key here. There's a B cap, but it probably won't get anyone in it. It's going to be C and A all the way through. Iron Bread Tank is in the 215B, so is Wadu. They are absolute DPM beasts, those tanks. The T100 LT being driven by Pappy. That is the RN crew. We have an F Silver in the T100 LT and Schmert Potato in the TP Lewandowski. Plenty of similarities here in the way they're rolling it out. The only real difference we can see is that Pappy is rolling the T100 LT up to the A cap and no mucking around. I love this. I love this. The decisiveness. He is already in the A cap. They are going to get A, and they're going to go ahead nicely, give themselves a little cushion, and play from the front. This is exactly what you want to see. You're in a light tank. You've got the A cap. They watched the last game, and they're probably like, well, they're sending their 100 LT to C. We're going straight to A with it, and they've denied that C cap area. They've really only got the Cranvargan of Lancelot down there. He's holding form. Not a big worry. No, I take it back. There is someone right at the back there I can't see just in the spawn, but that's fine. The 100 LT of Pappy is not sitting on his laurels either here. Look at this. He is funneling all the way down towards Risk spawn and getting spots in the process. He is really going to cause problems. If he keeps vision down there, they are going to bleed. You can see Sugar and Mugu in the 90. He's already taken a little bit of a hit in the middle in the B cap area. The Asia server loves a side scrape. Erling Haaland, not scoring any goals today, Haaland, as he takes another tap from the Cranvargan. And what is this? We have Lancelot in the Cranvargan over there on 1866. So not to be outdone, Rote Nova taking a bit of damage, Risk taking a bit of damage, but no one really early days putting too much in. I love this move by Puppy. He's maintaining vision all the way down through that spawn and making it very difficult for Bifrost and Woo Woo to do anything aggressive or really push anywhere else other than that cap, and they're going to have to, because Rote Nova currently own a 35 point lead on this with that decisive light tank play at the top of the map. Now Puppy's pulling back here. He is spotted, just using the rocks, keeping away. Bifrost trying to move him back a little bit. He's got some hard cover and some soft cover together there. Both those positions for the Cranvargan, Bifrost and Woo Woo, they have a lovely combo to keep them safe and happy. But the problem isn't being toasty warm in the wintertime. The problem is progressing the map and getting a little bit of a pickup here to move the points. You can see there, indicating there, the Rote Nova. They're indicating the C-cap area. They think that something's happening down there, and they're starting to rotate accordingly. Holding a nice defensive formation behind the A and the B. Pretty strong 71, that's Ploy Kickshaw holding the top. It's going to be very difficult for RAAC to make anything happen there. They're going to have to go uphill, and it'll be a slow push, and they'll be spotted the whole way through. We haven't seen much happening from the light tanks of RAAC. F Silver and the T100 LT, he's up the top trying to keep vision down through the heavy spawn, but the impetus is absolutely on RAAC to make something happen. They are up on the hit points by about 1.6k, but they're even on guns. Type 71 of Tayama Tajiro, he lost a little bit there. Sugar Mugu moving backwards in 40. No, even if he's not spotted, you can take a blind shot from these kind of players. Their anticipation is absolutely gorgeous. They can knock it on its socks from a long way away without actually seeing the target. We saw a 60 TP hit in the spawn of Fort Despair in the North American server finals that was incredible. Lancelot in the Kranvagen Nord, he's lost about a third of his hit points. They're starting to communicate. Something's starting to happen. I wonder what kind of gameplay we can expect here. Are Rote Nova going to hold firm? Are they going to try and take the hammer in the hand? We've got 3 minutes to go here. It's a slow build. The Cheese Man in the Type 71, F Silver, he hasn't moved from the top there. They've got to be doing that for a reason. He's not relocated, and I think he is going to be the litmus test. If we see F Silver start taking off to some part of the map, then we know that the rubber is about to meet the road. And you can see he's rotating those tracks around now. He's getting in a position. Rote Nova are rotating. They're trying to keep Lancelot and the Kranvagen Norg from getting isolated and thirsted up. And that's exactly what RAAC are going to do. Rote Nova have read this play early. I think they're massing behind him to take advantage of that. You can see the Type 71 hasn't moved, and RAAC is down on hit points. The impetus is on them. They've got to make something happen. Rote Nova aren't mucking around. They're not waiting to be asked a question. They're going forward. They've isolated the 71. Tayama Tayashiro's on Cheese Man. There he is. That's a 4 tank to 2 move, and the rest of the push is coming through the B-cap area. We're about to see the first gun of the game go down. 960 for Rote Nova. They're protecting their hit point pool. Lancelot, the world, they've got him out. 925, 940. Things are getting close. If Bifrost or Erling Haaland goes down, Rote Nova's going to win this thing. It's so close now. RAAC, Vengeance, 1000. This is an exact repeat of the last game we saw here with an exact finish. Oh, wow. Brilliant game. Oh, they've dressed up. Look at that suit tie. Straight off the bus, onto the front of the iPad, and into the history books. Wonderful work there from RN. Good job all round, boys.
A round of applause to Rote Nova.
That was impressive.
That was a good start.
They didn't start slow. They were aggressive. They were strong. They were decisive. That's the exact kind of start that RN would have been looking for.
True, and this game's like, wait.
Now.
Wait. Yeah, so they're not in a rush, at least for 5 minutes, first 5 minutes of the battle. Yeah, then they
but
make
the
some
end was
action.
totally worth waiting.
True.
I love the fact that, well, RAAC had to get kills. So Rote Nova simply moved all their tanks up the back behind the houses and the buildings, and there was no hit points for RAAC to attack. It was a brilliant move, and it really took RAAC out of the game. They didn't have a chance to get more than that one tank, which was Lancelot in the Kranvagen, and they just traded. Trades are going to work when you're up by 25 points.
Yeah. So the next map we're going to have is traditional Asian map, right?
True, Dynasty's Pearl.
Dynasty's Pearl. Yeah, one of the prettiest maps. Back when you used to get the dragon running around as a little Easter egg, was a great thing. We saw this in the North American finals where things went absolutely sideways as Jokers sent someone through the middle of the town unopposed to get side shots down to the IS-4s.
And now it's a peak of RAAC teams, so we'll see what they can do about it.
Have you ever discussed the double-decker trolley on this map? What the hell?
Yeah, it's who gets a double-decker trolley? How tall do you have to make the lines to get the double-decker trolley?
Maybe it's come all the way through from London.
It could have. It could have. We've got Schmert Potato, 60 TPs, IS-4s, 71s. We have VK7201s, and we've got our mouse. That's right. The world from RN is driving the mouse. We have a T100 LT. Now, The T100 LT, that is the X factor. They are the only team here with a T100 LT, and that is going to mean a lot more mobility. How they use that mobility, well, that's anyone's guess. And he is probably going to be rolling out towards that flank. No, Puppy is rocking and socking at the mid. I don't know what they're doing with it, but they've got a reason. They're not #1 seed for nothing. And we see a very clear definition here. This is a C cap, A cap kind of thing. For once, I don't know. Sugar and Mugu hasn't capped this yet. And there are shots down the side, and Bread Tank's going to get shot. Are they going to reset it? No, they don't get the reset. But I love this strat from RN. They're going to get this A cap, and they've got the high ground. That is such an important part here. They can make a push around this flank pretty safely. Double IS4 holding the corner, so that's obviously part of the strat. I am guessing they did not want to go down on the cap points early. This is a reversal of fortune from the last map at Black Goldville, where we saw Risk be about 25 points behind. And it doesn't matter if it's 1 point or 25, it's still behind. And that means that you have to do the pushing and the shoving as the match progresses. Sugar and Mugu looking pretty safe. RN have lost some hit points there. Iron Bread Tanks, the 60 TP, losing the trades down the flank. The World, he's in the mouse. It's going to cop a lot of heat. You can see the Lewandowski throwing HE there. One of the reasons that tank doesnn't have TD-style HE shells, it would be absolutely hilarious. And he's putting 240 damage into the side of a mouse angled. That is a dangerous, dangerous thing. One of the best tanks for dealing with that mouse if you're a heavy tank and it's angled up. We are seeing Rotenova gathering forces here. They are all behind that B cap. C cap is defended pretty handily here by Risk. No one moving. 4 minutes 54, and that's no surprise. These teams feeling each other out there, looking. We saw Lancelot take a lot of damage in the last game, and that turned into Rotenova's focal point. They worked around him. They rotated around him, protected his hit point pool as best they could. They're looking Risk here to keep their hit points in ascendancy, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're 1.9k up. You can see RN. They're behind Kickshaw. This is a great shot, isn't it? Look at that. The two IS4s like just a wedge of vengeance, ready to go around that corner and start thundering down towards the C cap. But there are plenty of Risk players there waiting for them. Not expected to be behind by this, I'd say, Rotenova. They had the only light on the map. Puppy was there, and he did not get that A cap quickly enough. And as a result, which was a real surprise, they are down here, 20 points down. Things starting to settle down now as we see RN moving tanks around a little bit towards that corner below the C cap, but nothing moving here. They may be looking for a snatch and grab. We've seen this attempted in 2 maps so far. Black Goldville, one after the other, and now RN may be attempting to come from behind with a very, very late minute flip. By that I mean, boys and girls, if they can get the kill on one of these tanks as the clock winds down and they can turn a 20-point deficit into a win, that's what they'd like to do. They are bleeding hit points, though. They are definitely behind on hit points. Still 1,900 down. The Cheeseman holding a very, very long bow at the corner there behind Bifrost IS4. As we see Puppy holding above the A cap. Look at this. There's 4 tanks here now. I think we're about to see things kick off. They've decided where they're going to go. I know this is not evident straight away, considering this is a 4-tank push, and they're all getting spotted as they come, but I want to see what Puppy does. He's at the A cap now. You can see they're sending someone up there to try and flip A. That's exactly what they're doing, and it's not going to work because Puppy is actually in there. They've isolated Sugar and Mugu. Double tank up the top. Wadu in the VK, going through the middle looking for a side scrape. Someone who's going to make the best trades. This is all going to come down to who makes the best trades. Sugar and Mugu has been caught out here by the double IS4. That 400, oh, Sugar's well positioned though. If they want to come around that corner, they're going to make them work for it. 258, the cap is flipping, double cap now for Rotenova. Well done, but B cap's going backwards and forwards. 1 gun down for Rotenova. They had to push, they had no choice. 1 gun down, Bifrost is gone. Sugar and Mugu's got to go soon. Sugar and Mugu's got to go in a second, and he does. 2 tanks down for each. We see the T100 LT starting to shuffle on down now, and things are getting rough for the mouse in the house. A Smirk Potato goes to the side hug and gets rid of him. No one loves a side on mouse, and this is now a big, big win for the boys from Risk. You can't do it. They're too good. You can't get to this level and expect to just kill a tank and flip it at the end. They see you coming a mile away.
Look how
Really
serious
solid
they are.
work.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So serious.
They're focused, 1,000-yard stare. I was surprised there. T100 LT, you've got the only light tank on the map, the only one, and you don't get the cap first. Why do you bring a T100 LT to Dynasty's
It's
Pearl?
the second time we're asking
Yeah.
this question,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, they know what they're doing. I don't,
True,
but
true.
I'd like to know. I'm reaching out. This is me extending the olive branch. What's going on?
Tell us. Come on, tell us.
Yeah, great game. Great game from Risk. They did everything they needed to do.
Yeah. Good job. 1-1.
1-1. We're
On time.
back in it. We got a game, boys and girls. Lots of damages. But I mean, they also do a very good job of making Rote Nova work for the damage. Sugar and Mugu went all the way back there, pulled into that, and it took them another 20, 30 seconds to get rid of it. Very important.
Yeah, pretty even distribution.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, guys, don't forget the new feature. Well, not very
Yeah.
new, but still.
Yeah, excellent work.
This feature is as new as you are young.
I
am young.
getting thrown here at the desk.
You are.
I told you. She told me before. Hit the talking points, Bushka. I'm going to give you one. She's a rough girl. No, she's a beautiful woman. Beautiful woman.
Thank you.
Get in trouble. It's
So-
good.
So, what's going to happen next and where?
What we're gonna to see what team has to offer us, but it's definitely gonna happen on Faust.
Yep.
Faust.
Yes.
Faust.
First time. First time in the finals.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yes. Haven't seen it before. At least in grand finals.
Yeah, in the grand finals. Yeah. Look, we've seen it 3 times in a row now. 3 times this strat of just trying to get, and even we saw it on New Bay. They tried to do the same thing where they just tried to get the last kill just before the cap flipped up to 1,000
Yeah.
and put themselves in, snatch that victory, and it hasn't worked. You've got to be thinking that when you're decisive and you get that first cap, that's everything. So if you're bringing a light or a medium in, it's got to be for a reason. And I reckon Rote Nova would love to have that game back.
So, teams, best of luck, and let's get it started.
This is one of the most confusing tournament maps I think you can get. There's angles everywhere, elevated positions, ramps, and considering it's a heavy meta, this is not a map that lends itself to heavy mobility. So I wonder if we're going to see a real deviation from the normal here. I don't expect it, but it is such a strange map in that. Well, we've got an octopus, TVPT 51, Type 71, Type 71, Concept 1B, Octopus, and for Risk, we see very much staying with the normal. So there's a T100 LT, that's F Silver. He's been their driver for the day for the light tanks. Obviously a very good light tank driver, but the Concept 1B and the 215B, they're pure and simple farm tanks. Lovely crossing blind shot there. Wonderful stuff. I love that. Racing, but not racing for a cap. In fact, we don't have anyone in a cap yet. This may be the game where we just see an all-out brawl strat. I am Bread Tank in the 215B, trying to situation himself and position just below the rim of that ramp there so that he can get shots across. Erling Haaland holding back. Bifrost in the IS-4 looks slightly isolated here. I don't know if this is according to plan, but it's probably a little bit misleading. If you're watching this at home, you can see he is in fact between the 2 ramps here, so he can drive forward and neither of the tanks on the ramp can hit him. Now that comes at a price, obviously. Once you drive forward, you can't really drive back and you're on your Pat Malone. The T100 LT of F Silver, you can see we've now got a 2-cap strat here for Rote Nova, and there's only 1 cap for Risk. So well done, Rote Nova. They've managed to pick up 2 caps, 348 now, and that lead is only going to advance. So the impetus is absolutely on Risk to get something done. You're not going to get that B cap now. Rote Nova are all about that. They're going to hold that. Ploy Kickshaw in the Type 71. Bifrost getting shots down the flank as we go through the missile silo. Great shots there from the team on the camera. The double guns of the Type 71. I take it all back. I'm an idiot. They may well get B cap. They're going to have to work for it, but it's on display. Now this gives them a little bit of parity. It's not going to put them in the lead. In fact, it's not really even going to make it up into a draw, but it's going to mean that they stay in touch as they start to attrit the hit point pool of RN. They're up by about 2k worth of hit points here. In fact, it's just edged over a little more than 2k. They now have the ability to isolate Lancelot again in the Type 71, Type 71 Employ, or Tayama Tajiro. And you can see Rote Nova, they're playing a defensive strategy and they are sharing the hit point pool very, very handily. The world started to move forward. They've rotated their heavies through and they're now looking for opportunities. Big flip here. Decap is where it's all happening and they reset that. Nut Bifrost, you're not getting that. Pull your head in. And in fact, that is Shugu and Mugu who was sneaking down there in the Type 71. And surprisingly, he took no damage for that. It's a tough, tough tank. Rote Nova holding form, 1-all in this best of 9 series, and it's getting very, very serious now. Risk starting to mass here behind the decap. Will they go for kills or will they just try and flip? You can see Woo Woo going underneath. They might try and slip him into the decap here and reset, and that is exactly what they're doing. They've caught the Rote Nova heavies all up top on the ramps. The Concept 1B and the Type 71 of Tayama Tajiro now coming through trying to reset. Decap nearly done, nearly reset. What a move there. Excellent work. Really well done by Rote Nova. But Lancelot's in trouble. Lancelot is very low. And Erling Haaland said, well, I'm going to be the leading goal scorer here, Lance. 200 hit points is not enough. He's up above, he's got the gun depression. Rote Nova know it's trouble, and they're trying to bring the DPM. There's Ploy Clickshaw and the Octopus. Things looking tough now. 739 hit points. They've got that C cap. Risk has done absolutely fantastic work here. They've turned it round and taken 3 caps now. Rote Nova, they're in disarray. They're fighting back. They need Bifrost to drop. Bifrost doesn't want to oblige and sends Iron Bread Tank packing. Bifrost 532 hit points. That's a double for a 400 alpha. There's one down. It's going to take another reload, and it's all about the time here. What can he do? He's trying to escape. Ploy Kickshaw is in huge trouble. Woo, woo, woo says whoa, 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 and takes him out. And this is now 679, 941. Risk showing their mettle. Rote Nova's not done yet. 3v4 and there's another 3v3, but the 3 cap strat is 100% the winning strat here. Cheeseman on Wadu. Here comes Pappy in the TVP. He's on the reload. He's only there for one thing, and it's DPM. He cannot tank that kind of damage, but he's got to get that gun back in the game. Tayama Tajiro, someone, and it's 1,000. What an outstanding performance from Risk in that. An absolute gorgeous bit of work there. And look at them. You can tell how excited they are. Look at them. They're jumping out of their skins. Bit of face slapping. Draped Australian flag around the shoulders. I mean, come on, boys. You've just pulled it out of the bag. You were 2 caps to 1 down, behind on points, and they've won it sailing away. What a performance.
Yeah.
I think they're keeping their emotions for the moment, if they win.
I think that they prefer to say when they win.
Look, if Risk does win it, we might see a small hand clap or something like that. I don't know.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Good. Totally planned.
Yeah.
That was
That
a
was intense.
really impressive game.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's how we should play in Faust.
That's how we should play on Faust. What about the camera work? The 2 heavies running down just to be boom, there we go. It's the beginning of the turn. I really loved that. I thought they were in all kinds of trouble. Rote Nova had the cap points, they had the defensive position, they looked set, and that was a really complex map with all those ramps and the tunnels. It's hard to get that done. That was great communication. I'll be honest, I've been impressed with Risk so far, but I didn't think they had that in them. That was a great game.
Yeah, great. But still, this map is very, very complicated.
It is. It's a complex map.
It is, but they made the most of it.
Yeah.
Especially that initial spotting with T100s.
Yeah, they're really well done. Really well done. They knew what they were doing, and they brought that back. I mean, cometh the man, cometh the hour. If that's how they're going to play, RN should be watching out, because that kind of performance is a real hello, I'm here. You might have thought you were the number 1 seed, but
I came after you.
Yeah, they came at them in round number 3, and they really threw some big punches. All boxing analogies aside, The way they worked the altitude there was so impressive.
Wow.
So,
Let's see what comes next.
what comes next?
I guess it should be Middleburg.
Oh, the bird.
Ooh.
Okay.
The original We Fight for Hills Not Holes map of World of Tanks Blitz.
Oh,
Yeah, there's that map is such a funny one. I mean, in public games, you just get straight away. Where are you going? I'm going town. Don't go hill. I'm going hill. Or you can get wrecked. I'm going town.
yeah. So only 2 ways on this map.
Yep. Well, let's see if they find a third way. It is APAC after all, and they've done very, very well. Middleburg, a very storied map. A place where the heavies love to roll. Another map where town owns 2 caps, much like Port Bay, but New Bay. But by the same token, it's hard to cap. It's hard to cap that B cap. Very easy to reset it. And if you don't watch out, you can bleed an awful lot of hit points trying to grab that middle cap. Here we go then. And straight away, we're looking at the lineups. And this is a very heavy oriented tank from the Risk crew. We see Iron Bread Tank in the Octopus again. The 95E6, we saw that used to great effect in the North American finals towards the end of the games. And a lot of Type 71s and 1 Sheridan. Now that is the only light tank on the map. How RN use that Sheridan will absolutely be an important part of this map. Early spots from the Sheridan, you can see that is a great way of using a Sheridan. Pappy driving across the top behind C-Cap, gets all the spots, figures out where the tanks are, and then he may be able to get some free caps down around B. Now, this is why you put a light tank into a map, and I must applaud. That is a very tough place to be if you're capping. You can reset that with blind ones down the long guns, but they're not going to get it this time, and they have paid the price of not putting mobility into the team lineup here. Erling Haaland knows, though, that that's a Sheridan resetting that, and a Kranvagen, if he can catch Puppy as he runs around the back of this map, he's going to be able to do some very nasty things. Let's see how that plays out down below. Very much the standard. What great camera work here. You can see the gun lines are all across the top of the map. Bifrost moving. Risk know they've got to do something. That is going to be a hard cap. Can they get someone elevated enough? Wadu attempts to do it in the 95E6. That's why he's there with the gun depression. They haven't been able to reset C. Erling Haaland down in town. He's poking around, sniffing out, looking for the Sheridan. Wadu takes another bop. Lancelot again, bleeding around the point. And we have now a 1 cap each. But again, Rote Nova, they've gone up. They've got the early cap ascendancy. Didn't matter last map. Risk were able to pull that back and do very, very well. Erling Haaland, they're just wondering, not every tank up the top has been spotted. If they can get an across-the-board spot, Erling Haaland will know that he is only facing 1 tank down there in town, and he will rumble and stumble onto that Sheridan in no uncertain terms. By the same token, the Sheridan can't be certain that Erling Haaland isn't pushing up on him right now. So that is, although it doesn't look that exciting, that A cap is very, very important to where this game is going. They're sending a Type 71 back there to support A, which would seem to suggest that the Kranvagen's going to start shuffling into A. Not sure. Here comes a second tank rolling around behind, and that's the 95E6 of Wadu. A lot of mobility on the 95E6. He's got down there pretty quickly, took some big knocks up top. Any moment now, someone's going to do something. Everyone's just thinking. Everyone's just letting it go. This has not worked to any team yet. And I love it. Erling Haaland is just go in, mate. Just go in. He knows that they're waiting for him. He knows. He absolutely knows. Look at him. He's desperate to put his nose inside that A cap. He's not spotted. He's not spotted. They're going to proximity spot him in a second. They're waiting on it. They know he's there. They've got 2 tanks. They can 2v1. They're not certain something is going to happen here. The Sheridan's going to peek out and have a crack. Puppy, does he take one back? No. And he's reset the cap. And Wadu now is going to have an opportunity to move forward. Oh, the Sharks are circling. They're in the water. Erling Haaland, he's desperately trying to get this A cap. Puppy on the reload. He gets it. Now, that's going to be important, but he's got the A cap. Can he hold it? It's a 2-to-1 gun down there. Wadu's in trouble. 8-17. 8-17. He may be able to clear if he can trade If he can trade, that's the best they can hope for. Erling Haaland nearly out. He's on the reload. Wadu's about to go. If he can get one more in, he's not going to get it. Is he going to get it? No, he doesn't get it. 317 on Wadu, so they're going to get that cap. They're going to flip it, but it means that they're one tank down at the top. Schmerp Potato rolling around in the Lewandowski. He's going to get shots in the side of Ploy Kickshaw. Here comes Shugu and Mugu. They're isolating up the top, and now things are starting to fall apart for Rope Nova. They're paying an absolutely massive price for that cap down in town. And Erling Haaland, here comes Lancelot, ramming at the back of the IS-4. They're throwing everything at him bar the kitchen sink. Cometh the man, cometh the hour, and Lancelot's holding form, and he's out. This is desperate times now. 800 v 840, 770. They've flipped one cap. Can they flip another? They're pushing him out of C, going for a 3-cap strat. They've got A. This is a tale of two cities. Rope Nova v Risk. They pull another one out. That is 3 tanks down to 2, but they don't have the caps. 910 versus 7095. Bread Tank on fire, repairs. Here's trouble. Iron Bread Tank, 945. They're holding on by the skin of their teeth. They need kills to get rid of this. 970, 825, 980. Oh, so close for... Oh, they've got it. What a crazy, crazy tactical battle. Rope Nova, they were zigging while everyone else was zagging, and you think they're not happy about it. Big fist pumps for the boys, holding up the sign. The art department killed that RN sign. Look at him, bottom left corner. He knows what's up. 100% winning. What a great game.
Great game, great guys.
Great game. Woo.
Beautiful.
That's impressive.
That was, wasn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be some kind of matchup.
Yeah. So let's guess at what amount of hit points will the start action in the next battle. I think
Hit points or cap points?
730.
Cap
Yeah.
points.
Cap points, yeah.
Cap points, yeah, it's crazy. They
Well,
keep
based
doing
on
it.
previous ones, like 700 to 800.
Yeah,
And then they start
That's
acting.
funny.
that was, I mean, they didn't, they're in town and they know they're down tanks and they're bleeding up the top and they've got to decide, do we try and go up that hill and help or do we stay in town and cap? And it's like, that's a brave call on your
Yeah.
captain.
And this Centurion and T95 is really two sharks.
Yeah, they were right into
Coming
it, weren't
around
they?
this crown one, yeah.
Oh, Erling Haaland must have been sitting there spamming the fire button. Come on, come on. He gets that shot into Wadu. Like, that's a split second. You get the shot into Wadu, different game. Different game.
True. Actually, that's the first time we saw T95 and
Yeah.
Pivot 215B, right?
Yeah, well, they've had a couple of octopuses, but that's the first time
Yes.
we've had the 95E. Yeah, the first time today.
Yes, we discussed quite a lot of, let's say, experiments in
Yeah.
setups, in strategies,
Yeah.
and strats. So
So exactly, Asia region shows us how
They have
to
the
do
widest
these things.
variety of tanks, bar none.
Yeah.
It's incredible. They really do try and pick for such specific roles and strats that you end up with these very odd conglomerations of tanks. I'm so pumped about this. That is 2 gorgeous games in a row we've seen.
Too gorgeous.
Oh, I'm very happy, very excited. Bring them in here.
Yeah, guys, calm down. It's too gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Handsome games. I'm really enjoying this. Great work by all.
Yeah, beautiful. So great job. The current score is, if I'm not mistaken, 2-2.
2-2, yeah.
2-2. Yeah. So Tony, what's going to happen next? We'll know. Yeah, but where?
Winter Malinovka.
Ooh.
It's kind of rare guess, I guess.
Yeah.
True.
Tournaments.
True.
A map that when it first came out was pretty crazy. Like it was a big change. Remember there was a huge hill down the bottom of this thing and it's all flattened out.
Yes.
It's flattened out. And it's made it a very, very even map. One of those maps where both spawns have the same kind of advantages. So it's a weird one, I think, to pick, but they must have a killer strat to have picked it. Straight away, we see we've got a Sheridan again and a 95E6 and a WZ113. In fact, 2 WZ113s. The Chinese heavies are renowned for these kind of areas you wouldn't think a heavy tank could go for. They can get in those very, very low berms and get shots across with very good DPM. You're talking 3K plus DPM there. Woo-woo in the 71s, lots of 71s, a 100 LT to combat Puppy in the Sheridan. And then everything else is par for the course. The A-cap, F Silver going for the A-cap, and that's a brave move. F Silver getting that A-cap. unopposed. And I don't know whether they realised that RN was going to go high. I don't think RN's caring. RN is not there for the cap. They are there for the kills. They bought those WZ113s for a reason, and you're going to see those berms towards risk spawn is where they want to situate those WZ113s. Very, very low bits of ground which they can fire over. RN are not mucking around here, but this is hurting them. Ploy Kickshaw already down to half hit points. They're bleeding across the board. Schmirt Potato, they've decided to try and get rid of him. And as he backs away from the spawn, Lancelot gets a cross shot and then takes one in return. And the trade goes poorly for Lancelot as he goes out the back door. Schmirt Potato's all but done, but they've got plenty of tanks up there and they're able to shield him. They're doing a great job sharing their hit points. The Type 71 of Sugar and Mugger, he has dropped down into the last resort below that berm, the ramp there. Puppy knows he's got to go get him. They don't have any choice at all. And a Sheridan versus a Type 71 is not a fun matchup. A risk holding the whip handle, but they are low on hit points. Even on hit points, in fact, across the board. But they're down on gun now. And the Cheese, he's about to go down as well. He's on 72. It's all centered around the church there. 4 guns versus 5. This is an absolute rip snorter. Anything can happen. There's not many healthy tanks though for risk. Smirt Potato, he's been around for a long time and he's gone. 4v4. Wadu is on 7 hit points. The Sheridan, he's not 7 anymore. And Woo 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 is on 135. Look at this. It's been a 100% knock 'em down brawl. They've come out swinging. Uppercut, uppercut. Sonic Boom as the IS-4 of Erling Haaland. The Type 71 of Tayama Tajiro chasing. Here comes F Silver at 1,000,000 miles an hour. He's ready to rip and tear in a Puppy and the Sheridan. He's not missing anything. This is incredible. Look at the pace, the chase. He's going to get him too. Here he goes. The next shot's crucial. Can you win? He does. Doesn't get him. 27 hit points, and that's a tough trade. He needed that to go in. A little bit late. Bfrost 117, 223 for the world. Who's going to win the reload? Who's going to win the reload? Who? Oh, it's a draw. And now we have a Type 71 versus a T100. What does he do? Does he go for caps? He wants to move. He wants to get away from that Type 71. Big Alpha.
Ouch.
Oh, God, 544. That was not what he wanted to hear. Tayama Tajiro ramming, spamming. The side hug is on from F Silver. 1v1. Oh, 537, 644. He's got him. He's got him in the circle of death. One more. One more. Can he do it? He needs a high roll. Tayama Tajiro is desperately hoping. 311, 6 versus 537. He can't catch him. Look at the circle of death. Oh, F Silver, you absolute hero.
Wow.
I've done myself a mischief.
God.
I'm so excited. And they're still not moving. Back at the ranch.
Keeping their emotions.
Oh,
to the
look,
end.
he smiled. He smiled. He smiled. I saw that. You can't take it back. Woo! 1v1. A 1v1 to finish it. What a game.
And the
what a
circle
game.
of death. We need a post for social media for that.
True. A highlight. Best moment.
Wow.
Beautiful.
I literally poked myself in the eye playing that game. I was so excited. I went to move my glass and just smashed myself in the face. What a performance. What a final.
Wow.
This has been incredible. Absolutely insane. To have it come down, and did you see that T100 LT chasing the Sheridan down like a dog at a rat? Just crazy.
At some point he realized he can't get away.
Yeah.
Probably this type of 71 was having the mobility equipment.
Yeah,
set up.
Oh, look at him. Look at him tight. We've all been there in a heavy tank.
Yes.
And you're just like, please rotate. Look at the turret. Look at the gun.
Almost.
He almost
Great
got him.
work.
Yeah.
Great work. Oh, wow.
Still almost doesn't count.
Yeah, actually our stack didn't work, so they finished the battle when the cap points were about 700.
Yeah.
So they started the action like much earlier.
I love the fact that you're talking about when are they going to start, when are they going to start, and Aaron's just like, boom,
Yeah.
we've
Right
started.
now. Right now.
Oh, yeah, so we asked for action, they gave us some
Did
action.
they ever?
One of the most action-packed battles so far.
Yeah.
Oh, that for me, of all the games we've watched so far, that for me was the most exciting. There was just so many moments. It was like an action movie.
Yeah.
That T100 LT chasing Pappy down in the Sheridan, donking the shot, and then racing through, and then both the IS4s killing each other. Like, get out of town.
And
You
special
can't
thanks
script
to our
it.
spectators for
Yeah.
catching those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
That
good
was
is,
good.
How good's our driver out
Yeah.
there, mate?
By the way, our colleagues are spectating today for you, so all these beautiful flies around the maps are from No Skill Just Like and from our colleague Sergey, game designer. Yeah, great job, guys. Thank you. It's pleasant to watch these battles. So, Tony.
Fort Despair.
Actually, now Winter Malinovka looks like a good map for tourneys.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it ever? It looks like the best.
Maybe it
map
depends
for
on
Tony's.
teams, not maps. So,
Depending on teams, not maps?
I mean, in
Map depends on team, not map.
dude, you broke my brain literally.
Sorry.
So if teams are good, they can play. They can show cool gameplay on any map.
No,
Yes.
no.
I'd like to think.
What
it's the
if
map
we have
fault,
two
'cause I
maps,
can't show cool
two good
gameplay
teams?
everywhere.
Two good teams.
Yes,
So double the quality of gaming they can show.
but then your theory doesn't work.
Here we go. We're off.
Pure
The,
maths.
the producers said, leave it there. Fort Despair. Oh, I'll tell you what, this thing has provided again and again and again over the years. It's got a storied history within Blitz tournaments. It always comes up in weird positions. Last couple of games we've seen on the NA server went right down to the wire. That cap circle there where I said everyone was in trouble. It's a thing that happens, and we can see straight away. We look at the guys and girls from Risk, double 60 TP, IS4, Kranvagen, double 71, and F Silver, the hero of the hour, and the T100 LT. If we go across the board to Rote Nova, your number one seed, who are currently down 3-2, we see our first E100 of the day. In fact, I think this is the first E100 we've seen in this grand final series. And RN are running WZ113s again. And a good reason for that is they're going out towards that cap, I believe. You can see the A cap there. There is a very, very light burn. If you can get below this with the high DPM guns that Lancelot has there, you can make some things happen. However, typical Fort Despair heavy route and no one there. Absolutely no one there. So we're going for a B cap, C cap strat. And C cap currently Risk Vengeance, but we know enough about these two teams that they're both well and truly good enough to come back from any kind of deficit. Our Iron Bread Tank getting spots across the map now, and a big hit into F Silver. He might have been a little bit full of adrenaline after that last junket, the 1v1 on the Type 71, but F Silver takes a very early knock, and the hit points go towards Rote Nova, who've only really taken a little slap there in a Tayama. Oh, hang on, I take it back. He's taken a big slap. And Rote Nova currently indicating above the A cap, so they know someone's out there spotting, and that is Ploy Kickshaw. As we settle down here into the 5-minute 30 mark, and you can see that Risk is pulling back from that C cap and massing really near the spawn. This is a very standard strat. IS4 of Bifrost looking back across that C cap. That is a tough nut to crack. If you want to come at him, you're going to get shot all the way down the gun line there. Woo in the Kranvagen behind the corner, and Iron Bread Tank and Tayama Taora are looking like they're going to reverse track here. They've hidden nicely. I wonder if Risk are going to get caught unawares. I mean, you can't be too caught unawares when the entire blue team suddenly goes off the map. Nothing is lighting up. They know they're moving. They know they're doing something. And this is going to be the iron fist of the APAC server as we see 3 tanks lining up to get ready to rumble at the back of the C cap. Bifrost quaking in his boots. He's got to know something's going to happen here. They're starting to get ready. Wadu in the WZ113. Now, are they going to go the standard route, the E100 of the world? He's shaping up as well. Everything, all points going towards that C cap. Are Risk going to be able to do a little bit of risk management? Oh, thanks very much. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. IS4 of Bifrost. He's been spotted. Trash thought he was going to sneak that cap. Not so. He's going to have to wait and pull back because he doesn't know who else is down there. This is really starting to settle in. They've tried to punch, they've tried to counter punch, and they've not been able to move anything. Now they know Bifrost is there. They know that Trash is there, but they don't know that 4 of his close friends and relatives are also lurking just around the corner. Can they turn that massive gun supremacy? This is what they're going to do. They're looking to flip it. They may actually try and flip it at the end. They're big enough, they're tough enough, they're strong enough. Risk realises this. They're starting to reinforce the back of that C-cap. Schmert Potato in the Lewandowski. He's got shots right across. They need to share that hit point pool, though. Are they going to be proactive? Are they going to be proactive and try and flip B or A? I mean, the WZ113 is on the corner above A. He can drive into that if he needs to. They're not going to wait. They're not going to wait. Here they come. They've decided they want C. They're stopping the cap. They may actually try and stop it just long enough to get an ascendancy. They're 60 points down. B Frost donks a shot. No donk from Trash in the 71. Lancelot's lighting up, says, give me a turn. I am Bread Tag. Erling Haaland says, hello, buddy. Did you forget about me? As he comes streaming down the guts. 8-10, 7-55. They're not doing anything naughty on the B and the A cap. It's all about C here. B Frost. He's lost a lot of hit points, but so is Trash, so is Ploy Kickshaw, so is Tayama Tayora. Iron Bread Tank is the healthiest of the lot. Erling Haaland's pushing in. That's a big overextension. Can they hit point share it though? That's what they're doing. They're rotating. B Frost comes out now, and they've seen a chance in Lancelot. Everyone is coming. The Oceans, like the Cowboys and their kin, are pouring in. E100 the world. He's got the big alpha. Cheeseman's overextended. They're just trying to get through. 890 becomes 850, and things are very close. They're flipping C. Double cap now. Risk. They've got one tank going down. No, they don't. Tayama Tayora, 32, 29. He's out. Double tank down. Erling Haaland looks like he's going to go next. This is all happening. C-cap's like a magnet, like a mosquito to a light. Erling Haaland looking for Tayama Tayora. Don't donk it, Erling. Reload is on. Reload is done. 950, 845. Rope Nova are back up against the wall. 930, 885. 4 tanks on 4. Erling Haaland's just a breath away. This is very close now. The hit points are even though it's a 3v4 gun situation. Rope Nova are even on caps. They're flipping again. The only cap still bleeding is A. B's changing. C's changing. FT Silver coming around on Trash. Huge play. 995. That's the winning move. FT Silver. Wow. Get him in here. He's the MVP of the world. Put a cape on him and call him Superman. I am absolutely loving this kid. What an effort.
Dude. How crazy is that?
That was insane.
And I'm not only talking about teams, you as well.
Oh, wow. And I mean, look, honestly, you look at that, the WZ113
Yes.
with 3.2K, they picked it for a reason. This is an upset. This is big. The 1 seed down 4-2. And they still haven't cracked a smile. We've seen one smile. We've seen one smile.
That's a big surprise for me. WZ and Tunis. Oh.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, totally. They more than
Based on the
they're
score.
sure in
Based on the score,
yeah,
right.
what they're doing. Rotanova, should we again call to the comeback bureau for you, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's high time.
Look, if they do it from here, it's amazing. They're 4-2 down, and both these, and the crazy thing is they're so close. Like there's a reload in it sometimes, and to come back from this would be incredible. But they've thrown good games at them. It's not like they're losing because they're making huge errors. They're good games. They're that push down that flanker, but at C there. And did you see the way they rotated the heavies out? Like B Frost pulled back, and the 2 full hit point heavies went forward, and they shared the hit point pool. That's a team that's clicking together. That's got great chemistry, and then the mobility on that T100 LT. I wasn't watching as it happened, but I'm going to guess that there's a lot of reason they won that cap fight. If you look here, you can see on the flank, the T100 LT is out there flipping A. Flipping A, flipping B. They deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. That is brilliant work. Absolutely gorgeous.
So true, yeah. I feel like our Supremacy features feeling stress when they play. Because
Stress loading.
Yeah.
Look at that
Stress level.
C-cap. Look at it happening. It's just, here comes F Silver screaming through here on Trash. The Trash is just like, you can see it coming like a wave and you just can't get out of the way.
Oh.
Trash is going to have nightmares about that tank for the next couple of weeks. Oh my goodness.
Good battle. Yeah, Risk, great job. Really great job.
But now it's time for Road Nova to.
Yeah, Road
actually-
Nova need to come back. The
Well,
questions have been asked.
Come back, please. Hello.
Yeah, I want to keep calling these games, boys. You have to get up. You have to get up and punch on. And they're definitely good enough. Like, there's no doubt.
Yes, they
They
can do it.
definitely can do it.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. They're showing beautiful preparation. Yeah.
Look, they've got great plans and they've worked pretty much, but they've not quite got there a couple of times.
Okay.
Again?
Here.
Naval Frontier again. It seems like we were just here.
Yeah.
It's a really popular map on the pick ban. It keeps getting picked up. Battleship Yamato is screaming out with the big 18 inches out the back, and there's going to be a lot of action Battleship Yamato style here. The big danger is getting stuck in the trenches around between the B cap and the A cap there. But if you can stay up top and own that altitude, I think it was 90 was talking to this about this, then you can do all kinds of things. I am Bread Tank in the 215B Octopus again. We see the MV Yo. We've got two Yos, a TVP T50 and 51. This is crackers. And the T100 of LT Silver, like, I wouldn't let him drive anything else, honestly. I wouldn't let him drive anything else. He gets the early spots again. Teo Tsushura crossing, goes, oh, get him in here. This is my kind of bloke. I am really surprised here. This is crazy town. Two Yos and a 50-51. They're going to be clipping people out. They need to find a tank. I love Rope Nova. Everything is up against the wall. All the chips are on the table. They've been dealt the hand, and they're just like, I'm all in. I am going all in. They're going to get the B cap, and they're going to get it before C. Can he get it? He's got it. Ploy Kickshaw gets it in the Type 71. Now, they are up. They are up. They are up. They are up. And they are not sending anyone anywhere near the top of the map apart from one tank. You can see up there, I am Bread Tank in the Octopus. Now, I don't think they've spotted him, and I would be worried because if they... Look, that is such a ballsy move. I am Bread Tank is backing back down towards spawn, but if they don't realise he's here and he can get up top, I am Bread Tank in the 215B Octopus can do crazy stuff. He's spotted now, though. This is dangerous, and they're going to try and clip out in the middle of the map. Puppy in the TVP goes down. He takes one and he gives one. He gives another. Smirk Potato. They've got to turn this into gold somewhere. They are living on the edge. This is for all the marbles. This is for the finals of the APAC server. Erling Haaland in the 60 TP. This is why they bought all that firepower. The Yos are yoing Erling Haaland 221. But look at the hit point pool bleeding. They might have clips, but the TVP does not have any armor whatsoever. The world is just about out. They need to get rid of Schmerp Potato and they need to do it quick. Erling Haaland's down. Schmerp Potato's down. 2-gun advantage. This is the RN we expected. They're not playing from the same playbook as everyone else. The world is looking awfully dangerous here. Wadu in the Yo. He's about to go and he's on a full reload. He's not going to put any more damage out, you wouldn't think. 158. All he can do is die as slowly as possible. And I am Bread Tank is starting to ramp up. That is a full hit point 215B in the TD spawn. Ploy Kickshaw. Type 71. Holding. There's the Kranwagen. I am Bread Tank is just throwing it down range. B Frost is low. Woo 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 is low. The cheese is nearly done. Puppy, puppy, puppy. He's still there. 466. And he's ready to deal a little more death. The world, their hit point sharing. 4 tanks v 5 tanks. Risk of dragging this back. 815 for Rope Nova. No, he's gone. Sugar and Mugu has to stay up. Sugar and Mugu's on Taya. F Silver. F Silver is reloading. Tayama Tayuro is nearly gone. Here's the next one. Sugar and Mugu's after him. The Cheese Man goes 3v4. Rope Nova 900, 590. They've got to do something here. The TVP is scaring them. Oh, B Frost is gone. I am Bread Tank is having the game of the finals. He's having a lovely drive. TVP now. TVP on T100. The reload. He's spamming the key. This is ridiculous. 2v2, 2v1. The last one left is F Silver, so of course he's going to win it. 76 hit points. Can he do it from here? Probably not.
It's a cap.
It's a cap.
Wow.
Wow, they needed that. They had to do it. There was no choice, and they sucked it up and put it all out there, and absolutely What kind of... Have you ever seen a tank lineup like that?
No.
No,
That was crackers. Absolutely crazy.
still worked.
Who brings 2 Yos and a TV to the
These
heavy
guys,
route?
obviously.
To the heavy route. 4-3. 4-3, and they live to fight again. What a wonderful finals APAC is giving us. What an absolute gem. They'll treasure this one for generations to come. I want to see more of the same. I can't wait.
Well, we got 2 more, I guess.
Tony, when did we say bye-bye to Rotanova during this battle?
Yeah. You can't count them out, can you?
I guess it was second minute and we're like, yeah.
Guess it's done. Guess it's not.
Yeah, I guess it's
And
not.
then like, what? Oh, Rotanova.
Comeback.
Respect, yeah, good job.
Okay, now we need another victory for Road Nova.
Yes.
And then we have
Of
last
course.
battle.
Let's act
Hopefully.
according to your plan.
I mean, there's so much pressure on both these teams. The guys from Risk are just sitting there saying, please, just let us have a win. Just let us get there. We
Yeah.
are 1 win away. Come
Yeah,
on.
but Bushka, these teams are so strong.
Oh, they're stronger than I am. I couldn't stand it. I mean, you saw I went to pieces driving a tank on stream live. I mean, I don't know how they're doing this in these kind of situations. And the way they're snapping it out and their rotations and their hit point sharing, you've got, like, when you've got that many clippers and autoloaders, you can't just go running down the gun. You've got to pick a target, isolate it. That's precision engineering. And they're doing it every single game. I'm so impressed. What a standard of play.
Maybe they're engineers.
They're
love
just
it.
great.
Oh, I'm going to have to throw another dad joke in there if you keep this up. This is fantastic. What's next? What are we doing? Yeah.
We're having 8, and it should be, I guess, Normandy. But let's
Have a
look at
this.
some more
I mean, have a look at
epic
this.
moments.
Tayama Tajiro was nearly going down. I thought F Silver would have stuck him, and he went for the TVP instead. They called that focus on Puppy. Might have been a mistake. I don't know. I'm not... Look, at the end of the day, they managed to turn this into a clear. They got both those tanks, and that's all you can really ask. Iron Bread Tank did plenty of stuff. They let him go for far too long.
Good job, Rotanova. Yeah, one more victory for you is a must right now. Yeah, and then let's decide who is the strongest team on our lovely Asia region. Yeah, but teams. Oh, I enjoy your tactics so much. Like, you're so prepared.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
each
totally
battle they
different.
have something new to offer.
Yeah, it's totally different, and I'm surprised with like not popular tanks we'll see during these matches. WZ, what?
Yeah, I mean, they're flexible. They play
Yeah.
anything. And they're looking for specific parts they
Yeah.
can exploit.
Yeah,
And they're finding them. They're finding them.
And it seems like it's working.
yeah, it's like creating a robot from different parts of the tanks to make
Yeah,
like
it's... look, I love the meta, and I understand that NA has its particular style of playing, and you don't know how this is going to stack up if NA was to play APAC or something, but they're not. They're just playing each other, so why not do what you want to do and go crazy and believe in yourself? And I just want to see Rotenova respond like that again. I want something crazy next. I want to see a TD. We haven't seen really any TDs.
Yeah.
What are we going to get? Normandy.
ooh.
Wow. Well, this is a map where in the original one we saw the T100 LT, I think, go screaming around into the enemy spawn at 6 minutes 10 into the game.
Some more 3D chess.
Yeah, let's see more three-dimensional chess. Let's see what they can do. The zigging when the other guy zags. They just ignore what I think of the maps anyway. So I don't know what to tell you. And here we go. We're lining up F Silver again in the 100 LT and Sugar and Mugu in 100 LT. So double light tank there for Risk. For Rotenova, we have a 95 E6 again and another Yo. Well, I think they're looking for some gun depression, maybe down the middle. The T100 LT Puppy's been driving the lights great. I've got to take my hat off to all the light drivers that we've seen so far today. They really do make these tanks with no armor look so easy, and it's just not the case. There's someone that drives lights predominantly, and now they've grabbed C, and Sugar and Mugu, that's why you drive 2 lights. You cap faster, boys and girls, if you get more than 1 tank in there, and they got that C cap first, and that's given them, I mean, Risk, full credit. They've thought that one out. You've bought 2, you're going to bring 2 lights, bring them for a reason. They gave up 1 hit, and they got a clear ascendancy on the points. And now on a 4-cap map, Rotenova are going to have to do something. They cannot just sit back. They cannot set themselves up, and they may change a strat from what is a very defensive-oriented strat into something that they have to, on the fly, turn around and make a proactive, let's kick them. Now, we saw they could do it last game. They've got the tanks there to do it. The 95E6 is a high DPM gun depression monster. The M6Yo, it can drop him. I don't know what gun he's running. I'm going to guess he's got the high alpha, but we're going to find out. Lancelot, he's had a great series as well. Ploy Kickshaw's been very, very good. All these players have performed well. Lancelot takes a little bit of a bleed there from the right side. Oh, double hit. That is great light tank play. Look at those light tanks on the flank. You do not expect to see them role-playing a TD, but they're using the bushes and their advanced camo, and they're covering the middle of that map. And Lancelot just took 2 hits from positions that he probably was not expecting to take them from. This is quite literally a wonderful, wonderful series of games we're seeing from these two very, very talented teams. Tayama Tajiro hasn't touched the paintwork yet. Frost holding at the back. We can see, if we look at the disposition of the teams, Ploy Kickshaw and Puppy just down here trying to feel out, trying to find out where Sugar and Mugu is. The Type 71 of the Cheeseman, we've seen that position before, just below the A-cap there, doing great things, holding form. He could very easily be isolated. They're starting to shift another tank down towards the middle of the map. Rote Nova are way more B-cap centric. You can see the C-cap is behind, Risk is all behind that, and they are looking, if anything, to run across the top of the map. Now, I'm a little bit worried about Sugar and Mugu. He's all the way at the back of the map. They would love to catch him unawares, get him spotted, and you can see that Puppy is there trying to spot. He's very good though, Sugar and Mugu. He's giving him absolutely nothing. He's only taking shots from behind the edge of that pillbox, and that means that Puppy can't get him spotted even when he fires. We're starting to see a little bit of a rotation down here. They've seen the Cheeseman. They know they can cap A. Now that gives them 2 caps. They don't have to kill him. They just need to get this cap. The Type 71 of Ploy Rickshaw, they're doing a little bit of jiggling and wiggling. Lancelot slightly isolated here, and Risk are going to have a crack. They're going to go it, and this is it. Sugar and Mugu's bleeding at the bottom. We thought that was going to happen, but this is a 3v1. Lancelot's in the crater on his own. He's going to go down very, very quickly. That's the end of him. 1 gun down, Rote Nova back against the wall. They have to win this game or they're gone. This is for all the chocolate rations. They're down on hit points, Risk. But they've got the middle of the map. The Cheeseman, they're looking to isolate low. They've got a 2v1 on him. And I love the fact that there's been a quick rotation up the top from Sugar and Mugu. He's not sticking around to find out whether they're going to isolate. Things are getting very, very busy. The world is low. Sugar and Mugu's okay, but Smirk Potato's getting bleeding. 95E6, F Silver, you know who's driving that thing. And look where he stopped. He's given himself an opportunity to get back into cover if Iron Bread Tank turns around and tries to focus. And they're going to bleed him out here. 705 versus 654. Don't forget about the cap circle. They're trying to get B, but they don't get it. 2 tanks down each now. This is serious stuff, boys and girls. Erling Haaland's getting focused, and it's turned around from the middle of the map. 3v1 for the boys from Risk into a middle map, 3v1 for RN, and they're going to get Erling Haaland. But how long is it going to take to get him? And who are they going to get next? 3 tanks down each. This is neck and neck. Hammer and tong. What an absolutely glorious effort. Sugar and Mugu, look at him at the back. He's flanking all the way around. They're sending him down to the beach. They're up 723, 756, Rote Nova now, but they're down a cap. Puppy's in big trouble. T100 LT, the reloads are bad. Oh, this is it. 3v4. Sugar and Mugu's going down. I think he's going to cap. No, they've got A already. They're going for B. They're on the world. The world is going down. Taya Tajiro, what a boil over. What an upset. Wanu's got all the hit points, but he can't share them. And this is real trouble. Wanu's in the cap. Can't leave. They're 2 caps to 1 down. 764, 832. B Frost is in. Sugar's in. They're all in. The sharks are circling. The blood is in the water. B Frost has got to watch out. He's a 1-shot. He goes down. 3v3, 2 caps each, 819, and somehow Rote Nova has pulled this back. Oh, the Yo's gone to clip out and is now on a full reload. This is big trouble. 849, 79. They've got another tank. 895, 851. Sugar and Mugu's nearly dead. Tayama's nearly dead. The Cheese Man's nearly dead. Someone hold your hand up and be a hero. Who's it going to be? B-Cap, 916. They're not getting the points. They're not getting the points. Even if it goes down, 896, 925. There is nothing left of these two light tanks. They've got to go get the other cap. Stay alive, F Silver. The reload is on for Wadu. Not quite quick enough. 940, 926. I don't know. Someone do some maths. This is absolutely ridiculous. Here comes the Yo. He's got 3 left. All he's got to do is catch one of these guys. All he's got to do is catch one of them. They're not going to be caught. 2v2, oh, they get one in the side. They're not going to kill him. They're not going to kill him. He needs to get a kill. One mistake and they're out. If they hold serve for 5 seconds, they win the APAC, and they've done it. They've done it.
Wow.
What a performance from Risk. What a performance from Rogue Nova. That was incredible. That was ridiculous.
Finally,
Get pumped
some
up.
emotion.
Finally,
Yes.
finally, they're pumped up. Bit of face slapping in the dressing rooms. Get out there, boys and girls. What an effort. What an absolute effort. Whew.
Okay, guys, do you understand that
You've won.
the champions?
You've won.
You're the champions!
I'm more excited than you are, you grubs. Come on, get into it.
Wow.
Wow.
It came
Dude.
down to about 500 hit points between 2 light tanks.
Yes.
And that Clipper chasing him down desperately. Like, that was the reload. Wadu was reloading, and you could see, I think it was Sugar and Mugu, just driving over the top of the rise. If he's like half a second, a split second,
Yes.
it's a different outcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, the champion
Oh,
of
wow.
this Ultimate Cup on Asia region is Team Risk.
Well done. Just well done.
The cup goes to you.
I hope they put Silver's name on the side of this. Joking. Robert's fantastic points by all.
Yeah. Yeah, guys!
Well done, Risk
GG.
Vengeance. Hot diggity dog.
Congratulations!
Oh,
What a
wow.
performance! What a performance!
I'm
Amazing.
so happy that I got to call these games, because I expected big things. I thought the North American finals were great, but the variety and the way these teams used their tanks and the flexibility, like, there's so much more light work in these games and so much more mobility. What a great testament to just how good this game is.
You can't predict anything. These
No.
guys always have something
They
to
do.
impress you, to surprise you.
Yeah.
You know, I thought RN was out of that. When we saw Lancelot in the middle,
Yeah,
and
true,
3 tanks rolled over, and then they sent 3 tanks up the top, I thought they were done. And then the next thing you know, it's like, nah, there's 3 tanks from RN in the middle, and Bifrost is getting smashed, and it's just the punch and counter punch of these teams and their ability to move. Wow,
Yeah,
well done, boys.
hands down. So, from Bristol and from me, Rotanova, so proud of you guys. You just really did an amazing job, and second place is yours. It's also a great result, and yeah, you're also a very good team on our Asia region. So don't give up, and of course we'll be waiting for you in our future tournaments. But so all the applause goes to our winner, to Team Risk. So that was amazing. That was amazing, guys, and this team can give you a few hints how to behave yourself in like random battles or racing battles. So performance totally beautiful. So let's call our analytics. We have something to discuss, I guess.
For sure, they have a lot to say. My bad.
Yeah.
Guys, are you here with us?
Jack, how
Yes.
are you? How is your heart?
Well, I'm having a really good time here. The grand final, I can safely say this is the best grand final I've ever seen on the APAC server. The last few battles are all classics, and I think Dino agrees with me on that.
Absolutely phenomenal games. That was a huge final here, and I'm so glad that Risk actually managed to win in the end. Absolutely deserved that.
Yeah, crazy.
It was crazy. It was many of the battles were down to the wire, and I think none of us know how the battle will go. It's just so close. You can't call, really.
Yeah.
Both teams put a really good showing tonight.
That
Yeah.
Winter Malinovka thing is going to be a classic forever. That was great.
Yeah, I guess it's a lot of people were expecting Rotanova to be the champion of
Yeah.
Asia region, but the team Risk they did
told them.
so good job of winning the lower brackets and fighting with Rotanova in the upper brackets. And yeah, two matches today is like much harder than one for Rotanova, but they did it. They managed it.
And they did it
Yeah,
in
I mean-
so an epic way.
Yeah.
Come on.
Absolutely. Also, big shout out to F Silver on the light tank there for Risk, just doing so many
Not worthy.
huge great games there. That was so awesome to see. Just
Yeah.
Winter Malinovka is just one good example, and then the last one together with the other light tank player, just that teamwork there, the crossfire that they showed, absolutely great.
And here we see the first battle. Well, I mean, I think it was Risk or was it RN that got the cap lead? It was RN that was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
do the rotation, but Risk, I think they got a little bit messy. I think both teams are a bit messy, but RN got the focus fire, got the tanks out, and that what matters in the end.
Yeah, I think for this game, it was RN getting the cap lead and still pushing C. That was very, very interesting to see. They did not just want to sit it out. They had a deficit in terms of hit points, as we can still see in the end, and yet they managed to win on the caps and kills there.
Yeah, I think the second battle is, I mean, RN, that push was not bad at all. They didn't have the cap advantage, but they are such an experienced clan, they know how to rotate. But what I love about Risk, though, here they counter push on B, and they did it really quickly. Also helped by an ammo rack onto Lancelot, which I think it was caught on the stream, sadly.
Yeah, I missed
Oh,
that.
there we go.
Yeah, I was
there we go.
wondering how he died so quick. That explains it. Well spotted, buddy.
Yeah, that really... And
was
also
also-
they got both A and B.
Yeah.
This was also super interesting with RN just getting the caps like B and C, but then Risk came for a comeback here and just counted A, B and C simultaneously. As you can see here in the end, they have all the caps available and win on the points and on the kills as well. They just took any advantage possible. Really nice
that was
comeback here.
great.
Yeah, and here we see the third battle. It's a really great game from Risk. RN they got the cap lead at the start, but they bled a lot early on. I think this has been kind of the common denominator for RN tonight. They bled a lot early on, and they have to fight really hard to get the wins. And Risk, what I think is the winning strat here is that, I mean, they got B, but they also rotated to C and get that cap and force an issue onto RN. RN wasn't able to make use of the numerical advantage over D and take the tanks of Risk out, allowing Risk to rotate from behind and pincer RN.
We could really see some clash of tactics here on this game, with the RN team just attempting to go for all the caps and pushing the heavy side for that, but Risk just decided on going for kills instead, just spotting early on, going for crossfire, and not really gaining much of a cap or map advantage, but afterwards they decided to just slowly push in and just steal all the caps right beneath their feet of RN.
The fourth battle here you're seeing, it's quite interesting for me. I like how RN and also Risk are kind of playing the chess game in the city side, and it all kind of boils down to that A cap, which we will see later. But what I think Risk didn't do well here is that despite the numerical advantage they have on C, they weren't making use of it, and they were trying to support Holland, which I don't think that would be the best call here, because they were like 6 tanks up on hill, and they could potentially just push 6 versus 5, yeah, something like that along the lines.
Look at the reload on
I was
Holland's
having an
game.
eye on the Sheridan throughout the entire match. Just seeing the mini-map there, when was the Sheridan going to move? He was just hiding and waiting for the Kran to capture base A for so long. And in the end, then it was RN just deciding to counter base I and go for the caps. Obviously a little bit of a gamble because they were about to lose the hillside here on C. They were just getting smacked here, but they thought, okay, we can just give up this advantage on the hill and go down, then take the bases, take out the Kranwagen, and then just sit it out a little bit, stay alive for long enough. And it worked out there, but it was a close one.
Yeah, it was a great tactical play from RN here, going for City, winning by caps. I think Risk was just a little bit too slow on the hillside. Had they pushed in a little bit earlier and got the kills near C quickly enough, I think this could go a lot differently. And now we are seeing I think perhaps one of the most classic matches of tonight. It's the 5th battle, the best battle so far for me. I am really surprised how RM pushed in so early and so aggressively, but Risk was not panicking at all. They were able to isolate tanks and take out those low hit point targets, but it almost went south for them when they were bouncing a lot of shots and missing a lot of shots. RM almost made a comeback, did a good job down the middle, and it all boils down to the very end. We will see later.
Yeah, it was absolutely a risky play here by RN to go in that aggressively with the 113s right at the start, just sending them through to the enemy spawn basically, and Risk was just sitting back and just catching them there and just bleeding them down, which just almost looked like Risk was about to go for a quick win, yet it got surprisingly close though. And once more we could see Sheridan versus LT fighting, which is going to be on screen in just a second. Here it is. And yeah, it is mostly the case for the later stage of the game. The LT just winning the DPM duel against a Sheridan. And also just imagine a Sheridan in the end against the Type 71 in a 1v1. I guess the LT just had a huge advantage there with a DPM at low profile that was almost impossible to win against inside hack there. Really great play here by F Silver. The way that he won this game was just absolutely huge.
Yes, I mean, this is going to be the classic forever. I mean, Bushka agrees with that.
Yeah,
obviously.
I love this, man. Look at that circle. Look at the tank tracks on the thing. Like, Tayama's going to have nightmares about this.
Definitely. I also love how F-Silver just goes straight for Papi. He knows that Sheridan's going to do a lot of bad stuff, and he got that tank down early. That's really important too. And this is also another match where F Silver shines through. And yeah, I like how Risk did on C, and they didn't have like a lot of advantage on C. They were consistently having the numbers down. RN's push wasn't really that good there, and Risk held there long enough so that they have time to clear tanks on A and B and got those 2 caps, and I think that put a lot of pressure for RN.
Yeah, we could see RN just going for the A corner first and relocating all their forces for the C push. Just being a bit too afraid there because they expected Risk to all have their tanks there right behind C to cover that cap. Yet Risk was being splitted still, and Risk decided to push that very isolated tank in the A corner, kill one tank over there, get A and B simultaneously, and it turned out to be a super close game on the caps in the end, with a light tank just rushing in on time then to get the last kills. Was again such a close fight here in terms of hit points, in terms of caps, in terms of kills, also guns being even, and you could really only struggle to see which team was actually having the advantage.
Guys, do you have dogs? Oh no.
I mean, they were like 4 versus 6 there, Risk. They managed to kill 2 over C, and that's very impressive for me. And F-Silver coming in to take the trash out, which is...
Here he is, right? That's such a good line. Well done, well done.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very proud of you.
Amazing to watch.
And the attachment was like really good. Yeah.
On point.
Yeah,
Very
on point.
Here comes Superman again.
Yeah, so it's the same story, right?
Well, actually not, because this time it's RN that got the win here. I like how they kind of said one tank to B and the other tank just pushing through. RN didn't hesitate at all. They were decisive. They were like, we're going to commit to this push. and it worked really well for them. It was a really gutsy move. It could have backfired completely, but their focus fire was on point. Risk wasn't really able to make a response here. They were consistently down by guns.
Yeah, what do you guys think
Was
of the
once more-
team loadout here? It's crazy.
It was once more a very interesting strategy, also because of that lineup that you just mentioned there. They decided to just have some kind of bait, some spearhead pushing through the middle into the B cap, not going for the map advantage to any side, but just lining up all the Clipper tanks right behind those tanks in B, just covering them, then taking control of the A cap after. We can still see the M6 on B, or on A it is. The FV215B was in the spawn still. Those guys were just the absolute key to winning this game, as they were just farming for the entirety of the battle from behind. And it was RN just having the better positions, as Risk was pushing into the middle in the end, and RN was farming them from lots of different angles here, with the TVP, Yo, and FV215B just being towards absolute opposite sides of the map here and creating that crossfire.
Yeah, I mean, going back to Bushka's question, very interesting setups for both teams. I like how Aaron uses the TVP. But F-Silver, I agree with Bushka. F-Silver might have gone for Tayama. That would have been the call for me. But, you know, in such a very hot situation, it's very difficult to kind of use your sane judgment. But it was a great match from Aaron overall. And this one is another classic in the book for me. It was also very, very close. I don't know what I could say about this. I love how Risk just kind of puts crossfire onto Lancelot and then barrels in. But I think Lancelot is a bait here. And RN, they weren't able to regroup after that. And it could have been a lot differently if they did.
Yeah, they came. I thought they were done at that point. That was crazy. What do you guys reckon?
Yeah, it was quite interesting to see that here. RN was going for an A push as they did earlier already, just committing to the A side. As I already mentioned there, it's just always a bit risky as they just gave up the high ground. Risk just counter pushing the top here, finding that very isolated tank, Lancelotti in the plane area, just being a little bit isolated, being too far in the open, and Risk making great use of that. It was still surprisingly close here, with RN being both on the hit points for a long time, and it just boiled down to the light tank circling around the map here. F-Silver also still getting blocked and tracked here, almost getting smacked by the Yo from behind. That was super close situation, could have almost decided over the outcome of the game to be just a completely different one here. And it was just a low hit point tank, he's trapped in the middle in the end.
Yeah, RN did all they could, throwing in the kitchen sink, the toilet sink, everything into this one. I mean, they communicated really well. But the most important part is that Risk, they had the double light tank still alive, and that made all the difference here.
I mean, look at Cheese. He's still not letting him get that B reset. Just...
Yeah, I mean, it was really impressive. Both teams did really well tonight. Congratulations to
Congratulations to Team Risk. Yeah, you're guys the winner of our Blitz Ultimate Cup and Asia Championship. Yeah, and I know Wildbox Helper, thank you so much for beautiful analytics. I hope that you enjoyed the Asia Championship. And Jack, I totally agree with you. That was the best Asia tournament I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, and
it was a lot of fun.
all the best.
Yeah,
great to
guys,
see all this stuff.
Thank you. See you very soon.
Thank you guys.
One last question I wanted to ask. Okay, never mind. Let's ask this.
You can ask later.
Okay, let's ask this question
Ask Tony.
to our winner. Yeah, we have the team member from Team Risk with us today, so let's invite him to the studio to say a few words of congratulations. So, Bifrost,
Hey,
welcome.
What's up?
Ahoy.
Hey.
So, congratulations to you and your team. You did a really great job. Fast days in battles, and we are proud of you.
What's your
I
emotions?
think we
Can
did
you
pretty
share with
well
us?
this time around. Yeah, well, this is my first autumn season that I've won, so yeah,
Not the last.
can't be happier.
Not the last. Promise me that you'll be present.
Yes,
at
hopefully
your-
not the last. Hopefully not
Okay.
the last.
Okay, so all in all, was it a complicated match for you, or you were prepared to win the Blitz Ultimate Cup?
I think we were fairly prepared coming in. It was just more of a case of just making sure we played really well individually and making sure penny shots, focus fire, etc. So I think our strats were pretty spot on. So yeah. Overall pretty good.
But Rotanova is like really strong team, and it was not so obvious that you will get these battles easily. So you did really great job, and you were well prepared.
Could I just ask a quick
Yes.
one here?
Sure.
When you guys are on Discord or in team chat and we can't see you, are you screaming at each other? It's when we can see you after every game, it's just like, whatever, just chilling.
Surprisingly, no.
Wow.
We're generally quite a quiet team, so it was
You
just
must be the
move on to
first
next
clan
one,
I've
discuss it later.
ever heard of that doesn't just yell at each other when stuff's happening. That's so impressive and un-Australian, but good on you, mate. Like, that's just
Maybe
really
that's
good.
their secret of success.
Yeah, absolutely, because you guys killed it. That was just amazing. Such a good effort.
Yeah, Bushka and actually Risk team have some players from Australia as well.
Yeah,
So
we don't win.
hello to
good.
them, yeah, from Bushka. So before us, one more time, congratulations, you're the champions of Blitz Ultimate Cup of our Asia region. Beautiful, and yeah, enjoy. You're the winners now.
Thank you guys.
Thank you
Give
very
us a
much.
show.
Cheers.
See you very soon on our future
See you
tournaments.
later.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that's
It's
pretty
so
it.
calm and considerable.
They
Yeah.
are so
Whole
much
team.
calmer than I
Maybe that's their
expected.
main feature. Like,
Maybe I have never so come winner. But okay. So guys, that's pretty it. We are done with Blitz Ultimate Cup of our lovely Asia region, and the battles today was really beautiful. The commentator was awesome, Bushka.
nothing new there. He's always great.
Yeah, Bushka, thank you so much for commentating. Tony, thank you so much for
Thank you
being
for having me.
with us. Yeah, so Risk, congratulations, you're the champion. So, guys, see you on December 3rd on Europe Finals. So we love you. Bye bye.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.